Guys, it's your boy, Dark. What's going on, everyone? So, I'm sorry, my voice needs to be a little more raspy. So, tonight's episode, we're going to focus on P.A.D. P.A.D. crazy. So, tonight, shout out to Safe Line Life, channel member. What's going on, BV Luminous? Flying Rich, what's going on, brother? The GD Bacon, how you doing? Robert Ribbit, what's going on, brother? Grayling Slayer, what's up, bro? Luigi, Mamma Mia, Luigi. So, guys, tonight, I may look like someone else, but it is in fact me, Dark. DLD After Dark, PWEDC and all. And guess what's in my PW? PPA.
Like that. Yeah.
Yo, that was
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy P.A.D.
throwing votes.
It's your boy. Oh, shit. What's popping, brother?
All right, 3D round. Back to normal. All right.
I mean, am I that slow, though?
You don't watch your own shit?
I'd like to say good evening to Robert Ribbit, channel member. Come on, man. P.A.D. Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. As you can tell, we have the distinguished guest here. Now, this individual is not, he said you lost weight. Oh, that's great.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
He stuck his neck out there, bro. Oh, shit.
He said classic. What is a PWEDC Caltech? There's only one, and it's the P3AT. Interestingly enough, it's a P3AT. Oh, man. Thirsty. Bro.
It's tingly? Oof.
Your PP or your PP80?
Tingly is not a good feeling. I don't know, man.
Yeah, you may want to get that checked out, brother. Okay, Luigi. Ralph's real name is Indigo Ralph Montoya. You killed his channel. Prepare to die.
You have to say that with the Luigi voice.
Luigi is a Luigi. Luigi doesn't Luigi.
It's Indigo Ralph Montoya. You killed his channel. Prepare to die.
Yeah, so that's actually from a movie. Are you familiar with that movie?
It sounds very familiar.
Luminous. So it is from a movie called The Princess Bride. And it's pretty much the coolest and the stupidest movie ever created in the life of all cinema. But then again, I'm also the dude that says Pineapple Express is a cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah,
so,
funny movie.
I mean, it is, right? So
what's going on with all of the recent not Joe Rogan? What's that? Seth Rogen. What's with all the hate for Seth Rogen lately? I don't get it.
I think it's a couple things.
You do.
One is a new show that he is doing with Sarah Silverman. It is a terrible show about Christmas. Now, Christmas is like the worst holiday in the world ever. And it's, it's funny. What would the best way? So, do you think you could effectively create a show and like slaughter like Hanukkah or like a holiday that you're unfamiliar with because it's outside of your culture?
What you mean slaughter it?
Like talk shit about or like make fun of,
Okay.
or you know.
I
So
got it.
basically, we have two um, uh, Jews that are basically shitting all over Christmas, and a lot of people don't like it, and
Shitting on Christmas. Okay.
shitting on Christmas. And I get it that Christmas has become like honestly, like a just a huge push for like disgusting consumerism. And
Massive consumption. Yes.
yeah, man, like if this were like the Oregon Trail, they would be like, you died of consumption, you know?
Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
So random.
um, but all jokes aside, it's a very Jewy Christmas. Yeah, it's two Jews that are making fun of Christmas, and a lot of people don't like it. But also, it's just a terrible show. So,
Okay. Got it.
oh, look at this. This is a beautiful thing. So, you know, when people in my community are saying, oof,
Oof. My bad.
you know that's good. You know,
Oof. My bad.
so,
JSD has actually been saying it.
really?
Mr. Snow posted a meme of me the other day.
I saw he did you see the
JSD,
one he did to me too?
it was funny. The PDW, yeah. What's in your
Yeah.
wallet? But yeah, he came. JSD came in Mr. Snow's comment and was like, "Oof." Like,
That's
oh,
great.
funny
I told him
motherfucker.
last night. I texted him. I was like, "Bro, PSR is in Ralph the Builder's live right now. You got to come in." And I was like, "Say DLD sent you." And in like 10 seconds, he came in like,
I saw
boom, big
it.
comment. It's like DLD sent me. It's like, yeah, I just want PSR's attention. So we're gonna celebrate that success. We're gonna celebrate that success, and let's jump in and just kind of tell all the people. They mostly likely know who you are, but tell all the kind folks who you are, what you do, and all that stuff.
Damn, I thought I was to the point where I needed no introduction. That's
You
fucked
would think, but
up.
I mean, judging by my analytics, I'm getting some subs.
Well, I am previously known as P.A.D. Ralph, now known as 3D Ralph, aka Ralph the Builder on YouTube. But yeah, I got pretty heavy into the 3D printing game recently, man. But I started out, I work construction, I work with my hands. I've always drawn and painted and loved to build shit. As a kid, I would take apart my toys just to try to put the screws all back together, and I always had like a piece missing. I was like, where does this go? I don't know. Oh, fuck it, we don't need that shit anyways.
Found a way to make it work. Right?
So throughout the years, I've always been interested in like cars, anything that had to do with taking apart and putting back parts. So naturally, building guns came about as a hobby. I was into gas powered trucks, you know, the Traxxas little nitro trucks.
Mm-mm.
Nah, the little four wheeler. I had the Revo 3.0, 3.3.
Oh, you talking about like the Banshee,
Bro, them bitches go like 70 miles an hour. They fast as shit.
I actually know a chick that has one, and because four wheelers, so a buddy of mine died on a four wheeler. So since I was a kid, I kind of like.
Oh, now I'm talking about like the RC powered trucks
Oh
that
no,
run
no, I
on
thought you were
gas.
talking about the four wheeler joints.
No,
No,
they run on gas. Yeah, so it's a crucial hobby. You got to learn how to tune it. It's like a baby engine and shit. Yo, Tech Money was really
Tech
good.
Money.
Hey, um,
Oh yeah,
but
Tech
yeah,
Money. Brother.
the Revo 3.3 took a big chunk of my life. I think it was like almost 2 years. I was obsessed with that thing, bro. Just because I would always crash it and I would have to replace something, so it was like an active. Call him Ralph the Beard. Thanks, John Crump.
That's
Channel member,
hilarious.
channel member. Uh,
Yeah.
so this thing of putting apart and taking apart was like natural to me. So once I got into guns and shit, I felt like there was a lot of videos that I was looking for that weren't out there, but I would
Mhm.
find the information on forums. So I came up using like ARFCOM or yeah, it was pretty much ARFCOM and I think Glock Talk
Oh, I
and
remember Glock Talk.
what else? I think the MGB forum later, but that was after I started making videos. But from doing lots of research, I gained enough info that I felt like I had enough information to make videos. So I started troubleshooting shit with the camera on, and I would throw it on YouTube, and people were like, "Oh my god, I had the same problem. Thanks, bro." So I kept doing it, and
Mm-hmm.
following grew. I started doing the rating your build. I was giving away gifts, like whoever won the best build of the night, I would send them like a hat or a patch or some stickers, whatever the fuck, just something to get the people involved. Like get the viewers. Oh yeah, he had the Revo 3.3. Hell yeah, freaking stain. That's my joke.
Isn't
T
that
Max.
dope? What's up, Freaky?
T
I
Max
felt
is
like y'all were connected, you know.
well. He's a car guy. I love cars. Cars is my second passion. It used to be my first, but it's very expensive fucking with cars. I mean,
Yeah, man.
Glocks ain't cheap either, but it ain't no new set of wheels or turboing your shit. Like that's
That's true.
thousands of dollars.
Boys and- yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
no,
you see this? Too Many Choices said a Houston SWAT officer left his full auto capable short AR at a store in Houston. Good Samaritans stayed and babysat it for 40 minutos until officers recovered it.
wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Full auto capable?
I mean, to
Sure.
to steal that, I guess would be idiotic.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't sit there and babysit it. Fuck that. That ain't
Man,
my
I would swap that lower so quick. I'm just kidding.
motherfucker. Yeah. No. But
Hey,
so I started to get more into like the live streaming. People were demanding. So one thing that got me to where I was I always listened to the people, the comments. I read every comment. I would respond to every message. Now I don't anymore. I feel like it takes too much time. But for a while I did. I was really interested in what the people wanted to see, and I would contour the content around it.
oh
Hey,
yeah.
don't mind us feds. We're just going to hang out and take some notes. Hey, skunk here.
Excuse me. What's up, Aegis?
I forgot. Aegis is
Aegis.
hey, Aegis can hang. He had like 4 or 5 beers with us last time.
Yeah, man. He knows what's up. And I do want to address just one thing. Chucky, my apologies. Excuse me. Um, Truck, when we pulled that video and we're reviewing that shooting, we weren't doing it from a perspective of glorifying like something that tragic. It was like exclusively just to, see what lessons we could learn from it. I don't want to glorify tragic events like that, but it's something that, although disgusting and evil, um, we wanted to review and see what we could learn from it. Being that we are, thank God, still here to talk about it. And at the same time, um, I was not, I didn't know what to expect. One, two, like with the video, and two, I didn't take into consideration how that could have affected people that may have that could trigger. So I apologize to you and to others that if that video may have triggered anything or any stressors or anything like that. We're all a community, and I love y'all. So my apologies, and keep it moving. So just wanted to bring that up. I fucks with you, dog.
Okay.
Oof.
Blame it on frying rich.
I was planning on blaming it on the alcohol. Just kidding. Frying Rich is, learning to tweak his settings a little bit from what he said, and I'm excited to see what kind of blue glowy reverse things he's putting together.
Hopefully, he trusts it enough to hold it with his bare hands this time.
Hey, I'm gonna rock it with both hands up on my cheek. You know what? I'm gonna do
In
the
that
cheek.
bitch.
The
Come on,
cheek
bro.
pistol.
Blow up on me, bitch. Come on.
Yeah. Have you seen that, by the way? The cheek pistol stuff.
Yeah, I don't. That's not zero interest to me.
Well, I think I'd like to get into that tonight too, but there is more important stuff to talk about. So I apologize, I cut you off. Please. continue. And by the way, it's great to have all y'all here.
Hey, Mr. Snow in the house. What's up, Mr. Snow?
OMG, Mr. Snow. I mean, when I see people like that, Angry Sarge, by the way, big shout out to HCM Holsters, man. If you guys have ever been just in a search for the dopest of the dopest holsters, I mean, you should see the type of that Ralph got made. Like, oh my God. This
Oh,
fool's got Louis
Louis shit.
holsters for his Louis Gats. But it's dope quality. They were the one that contributed the HCM holster for the giveaway, and their is straight fire. So make sure you check that shit out. And I'm definitely going to be getting one, a blue glowy joint. So yeah, my apologies. I keep cutting you off, bro.
Nah, I was looking for the photo of the Louis V holsters.
Isn't that I believe it's the Eben Damier? Isn't that made for a P.A.D?
So they're not damier, they're the monogram. So the monogram, a bean or graphite. Well, yeah, graphite. That's one of them.
Oh, nice.
They
So the
call
one
the
he showed me
taco.
one that was the Damier.
I'm sorry, this is the burrito, not the taco. It's like wrapped around kind of thing.
Nice. That's dope. That is the known as the Eclipse monogram by Louis. They took the traditional monogram that's typically brown and gold, and they did the solar eclipse joint. They made it black and kind of silverish.
Damn, I'm looking for the picture with the red one. The red one is so fire. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Come on, PLA. What you talking about?
Wait for it. Wait for it. Almost there. Damn, no, I have so many pictures, bro. Guns. Where I put that? Oh, come on. So dark.
Yeah.
What you doing?
I am responding to an individual because, come on, PLA. I sent him a picture of that Caltech triggered like Alec Baldwin.
It's really hard to see it on this photo here, but
look at that. Hold on, let me bring you on.
Okay, there we go. Damn it. And there's also the camo. Yeah, that camo giant. The camo Louis V.
Is that the yeah, see the HCM holsters that I saw that were like that soft camo wrap around it.
Oh, they do custom shit.
Dude, all custom. The dopest of the dopest. Like,
you want Louis V on your shit? Tell them you want Louis V on your shit.
Yeah, man. If you want shit on your Louis V, tell them you want shit on your Louis V. We'll make it happen. Little poop emojis.
I was gonna say doo doo.
Like actual doo doo.
Yo, 762 by 39 said Mr. Snow. Your phone.
So did you hear that he took that deer with the printed 762 by 39?
Yes, I saw that with the Hoffman Tactical white giant with the WCY grip. Yeah, I think he's the first one to take down a deer with a 3D printed gun. I think
that we know of, and is at least like sharing that joint. I bet some other folks have done it, right? Like,
yeah, probably,
yeah. Some other like, old country boys are like, I'm gonna check out this here Ender 3. We gonna take it up to the cabin. We're gonna whip up some files. I got this here SD card, and I'm just gonna, make that thing go bird and bzz, and just go on a hunt.
Someone wants a blue outside the waistband denim.
Ooh, I know who that is. That's got to be Hoff. Where you at?
A denim holster.
Oh, that's actually Toy Town Inc. So Toy Town Inc. Funny thing is, if you don't know, I took a deer with my car. I think a lot of us have done that. If you
No, he said with the car.
yeah, that's crazy. Judas Priest, Chinamemba. I didn't even greet all y'all. I'm sorry. The GD Bacon, A American, John, Toy Company. Rob did such a good job of greeting all y'all. I was like, it's done.
I was dark for a second.
I know you got real dark real quick.
Raspy. Well, I don't have that rasp. I don't know how you do the rasp.
So funny story. I didn't used to have a raspy voice at all. 5 years of public speaking, and
Took a deer with a fixed gear bike.
bro, I literally scarred my vocal cords. Like going to the doctor and like,
Oh,
yeah, it's crazy.
damn.
That's crazy.
So you.
I fucked my whole shit up.
But I'm saying like you were cut here in this area, or
Yeah, they gave me $1.50 when I was in the clink. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. No, so
50.
for $1.50, I think $1.50 is the face, right? It's when they cut your face. Yeah.
I'm not aware.
You ever heard that term?
I don't know who you hanging with.
Oh, bro, that's your hood too.
Oh, damn.
No, it's more like New York. But if you give someone, they call it $1.50 or $1.50. It's when you cut them down their face with like a razor or a sharp knife, to leave a scratch that like no one will ever forget. And like you hear a lot of mostly in like hip hop and shit like that. I could pull something up, but I would be immediately struck with a violation. Violation. Well,
3D Ralph hood cred just suffered.
achievement unlocked.
Oh,
Reverse. No, so
it has been relocked. Shout out to Chairman Juan and Mr. Snow in the comment section. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Jake the Great. Yeah, I know, right? Chairman Wan's up in this joint too.
Yeah, Chairman Juan said he took a deer with his
Oh, I thought that was Chuck Norris.
with a fixed gear bike. He took a deer.
Yeet, I missed that joint. Mr. Jake the Great said, "Nah, not New York, prison."
Not even Mr. Snow didn't even know. He said this proves that he's hung out with the right people.
Because I had no idea. Yeah, that is proof, or that you just have a different taste in music.
Florida Smile?
So there's a couple things. There's I don't know about a Florida Smile, but there is a Cuban. I'm not even going to say what the Cuban bow tie is. Look it up if you're curious. Sierra Leone. Oh, interesting. Okay. $1.50 term, I think, is from Sierra Leone. So there's, I forgot the term, but it's basically when you drag it. This is bad. Okay, this is going to a dark place. We're not going to talk about this.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
Yeah, right.
So let's talk about my new build. I've got this Invader Zip AR9 ARC here.
The upper in that joint is printed.
ARC, yeah, everything's printed. I'm printing the buffer tube right now. Buffer tube is printed. Handguard's printed. Everything's printed.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
So that's called the ARC, right?
It's the ARC, yeah.
And that's ARK.
Like Noah's Ark, yeah.
Okay. So I think because
Covenant right there on the top.
Oh, nice. That's
like the ARC.
Dude.
Takes all calibers 9, 40, 4.5, and 10 milli, depending on what parts you put in it.
That's the joint that was on one of your streams that I was on, right?
It's very versatile. This is a badass motherfucker. Like, I'm really excited about this.
Dang. Okay, so I think that because you always kind of make your shit like unique, right? You kind of tweak your stuff. What's up, John Crump? What's up, Flying Rich? My bad, brothers. The new CEO. Rich says, I am totally jealous of Ralph being in the beta. In the beta.
Beta. In the motherfucking
beta. So I think yours should be a Model D.
What you mean?
Well, in whatever way you choose to customize it in the future, not this one, right? But prints in the future.
Just throw a D over here.
Yes, the D. arc.
The D arc, yes.
Arc. It's just a thought, just an idea. You know, I mean, it could be cool. Moving along. So let's talk about what happened with your channel, man. I know a lot of people kind of know some of the story, but I want to just start by saying, actually, go ahead. Tell the folks what happened.
You put me on the spot. Now I froze. It's like nah.
Well, then I'll just say this. I'm pissed. I'm hot, so hot. I'm kind of hurt. I'm crushed, and I know, like, I'm not being hyperbolic or like exaggerating. Like, I do feel kind of crushed, and I think part of it is, so I started building watching MGB, and then I found you, and then I built that lone wolf lower watching your video that I didn't even know was your video, dog.
Where?
Before we met.
You just watching like this. This is the guy who makes the video. Let me watch.
Yeah, because they did you see that they put it on their website? Yeah,
It was the official Lone Wolf video. Yeah,
you were the dude. I mean, you still are, right? And that's the thing. They can't take what's up here.
Am I? Am I?
I
It
mean,
doesn't feel like it. It feels like I lost everything.
Well, no. So the thing that scares me the most, honestly, is that, like, I have an emotional attachment to MGB, even though we poke fun at him and, you know, talk shit about the words that he uses. Like, I still value and appreciate the information that he's putting out, right? You obviously, we love the channel, Pewtang, and there's many more, but I'd say, you know, y'all are some of the top dudes that are doing this shit, and I'm kind of crushed because I feel like the world is trying to stop that information getting into the hands of people, not criminals, not kids, not right. They are trying to restrict the flow of information to people, and that shit, that's that shit I don't like.
To address Flying Rich here, Ralph does not have first time quality though. But have you seen any of my shit jam? Because first time quality actually means it works right from day one. First time quality does not mean it looks perfect. I,
Yeah,
inter- I interviewed MGB and I asked this question specifically. I said, can you tell us what first time quality means? Because it seems like a lot of people think that that means your shit should look like it came from the factory, when in fact that is not the truth. First time quality means it works the first time you take it to the range. So if your shit looks beautiful, your channel is perfectly smooth, but that bitch jamming, you're not first time quality, my guy. So just want to put that out there. I have proven myself more than dozens of times that my shit is in fact first time quality. And yes, I am a little offended that he said that. That's why I sound hostile as fuck right now. So
he was just trying to find a reason to say first time quality.
my bad. Let me have a little drink.
He said, Ralph, just making fun of the phrase. So, Flying Rich is a big critic of the terms first time quality, freedom protectors, and all that. He's just poking fun.
Okay.
And again, nothing but respect. You know, it's all respect. Even though my entire community was banned from MGB's chat, which is another story. And
They're
MGB,
very selective about who they let in. Yeah, it's
yeah, I mean, I'm still in the forum and all that, which I you know, I don't know. MGB, if you're listening, I just want to say, just kidding. No, I just want to say I got nothing but respect for you. I'm just playing. I mean, I joke a lot, like ask my peoples, ask my, ask my people, my peoples. Anyway, AA Outdoors, what's up, brother? Yeah, so my apologies. So I'm pissed, I'm crushed, I'm upset, and all that, and I'm worried because I feel like it is the, you know, the mainstream media, which we all know, you know, is owned by some of the most terrible people in the world, and they're trying to restrict the flow of information for freedom, right? So we'll find a way to get around it, but that shit pisses me off. What's up, Kimball? Snow, I love you.
Yeah, Snow's right. I'm gonna rise from the ashes.
Mm-hmm.
Call him Phoenix Ralph.
That could be your new name, bro. Phoenix.
Phoenix Ralph, growing back stronger.
You could even spell that joint like Feenix. That's kind of too close to Fiend. Chrome Guru, where you been at, brother? Dang. Gerchop, what's up, brother? What's up? Man against the masses, what's cracking? Damn. Okay, see, and this is what he said. I found this channel because of Marine Gun Broker or Builder. My bad.
Gun broker.
So I was actually filming with a dude that does all the digital media for Gun Broker, and I got Gun Broker on the mind, which I got to show y'all. This video is crazy.
Me and Bob were able to chat on MGB the other night. Okay, that's what's up. So I guess I want to build a P.A.D. Glock just so I get the honor of Ralph talking trash about it. Just got to save up money. Don't do that, man. That's fucked up. That makes me feel bad.
Just so I get the honor of Ralph talking
This guy's
trash.
going out of his way just to make me talk shit about his hard saved money. Like, that's not cool.
I could see. So, American, tell me if I'm wrong. So, I see a 17, black frame, black slide, black barrel, extended magazine release, and extended controls. And then after a few weeks, you take out the extended magazine release because it pokes you.
And you realize it's useless.
Yeah. You realize that the only purpose of that is to be uncomfortable. And then, what's up, Tang Tang?
Ting Ting in the house. What's up, Ting Ting?
Oh my God, y'all.
JSD in the house. What's up, JSD? We were just talking about you, bro.
Yeah, man, we were talking about you and the incredible quality that you can find because this stream is sponsored by JSD Supply.
Is it really?
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
The stream is brought to you in part by JSD Supply. All your polymer 80 needs, slides, barrels, lower and upper parts kits, as well as P320. Find them at jsdsupply.com. Hey, I need to get a check for that right there, bro.
You need one. You just told 51 people. And don't forget to use code DARK to save a little bit of money and free shipping.
But if you act now, you'll get another slide free, courtesy of Jordan, JSD Supply, in the comments.
Personally.
Let them know that P.A.D. Ralph sent you from this stream.
Yeah, use code P.A.D. Ralph.
There's no code P.A.D. I mean, yeah, throw that in there.
Code P.A.D. Ralph is how you get a free second slide.
JSD.
Oh, snap. He said, just kidding. There's no free slides. We're just kidding.
The JSD. You got to make P.A.D. Ralph a code and give me the same benefits as Dark. All right?
There you go. Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. Let me take, hey, Jordan. Hey, it's Dark. Hey, do me a favor. Make a code for P.A.D. Ralph. And make it, the same with the free shipping. Okay.
This guy.
24 hours? Okay. You got it. I'll let him know. Thanks. Boop. All right. He said he'll do it.
Can you change it to code PPAD instead?
Change that to code PPAAAIIGGHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHOh, American says, love you, Ralph. Hold up, I had something else in here.
No homo?
Love you too?
Bro, no homo?
Okay, I know that feeling.
P.A.D. Ralph is going over the top with the freebies. Answered before the first ring? Damn. Oof.
Oh, yeah. He was already calling me.
I want to hang out with you and Ralph. I
live in CA and they require you to serialize your P.A.D. before building.
Don't let that happen where you live. What you mean? Don't live there.
Yeah, I think he's saying like like don't allow tyranny. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and leave, right? Like don't live there. Just do you have a complete build kit or do you have to purchase it piecemeal? Bacon, you glowing, bro. You glowing, bro.
Yeah, he
Everybody.
asking some fair questions, bro.
Man, that's some
Hey, Slim, hold on. I thought he was one of y'all, man. You trying to member and some more that.
All right, everybody in chat, make sure you know. Make sure Bacon knows he is asking the most glowing questions right now.
Yeah, I thought he was one of us.
Speaking of glowing, hold up. Man, what's going on with my shit? Man?
Drop that F in chat if Bacon is glowing. Drop an F in chat.
Oh, my drink. Damn.
See how many F's we can get in this chat here.
I know, right? He said glowing, bro.
Glowing, bro.
Damn. Kim Light. Hey, man, have you seen the joint on mobile?
Them F's is coming. Oh, whole bunch of F's.
Ooh, F in the chat.
My guys, mods be hating.
Yeah, that's what that joint looked like. Damn, my screen is full.
Bruh, all I see is a fucked up screen. Oh, you have your own shit. Okay.
Yeah, so when you have channel members, yeah, you can make your own emojis and shit. So got my little Kim Light joint. God damn, look at that crack.
You know they sell this thing called a screen protector, and it
Yeah,
works.
that was after I removed my screen protector. You should have seen the screen protector.
Mine was fucked up. I just removed it like a couple of days ago, and I'm like, I wonder how long I can go without needing it. Low key pushing it. Like I've changed that thing like 3 times at least.
Ooh, Bacon put an F in chat.
F all of y'all. Oh.
We just playing, man. Damn. Oh, I thought he took away his channel membership. I was like, bro, we're playing. Because it was white when I clicked on it.
What upper? Oh, my bad. So Rich had asked to take the upper from the lower. It's actually just pushed in. It's a pretty tight fit. So it's a wicked ass lower. There's a cut for the upper with the hole, so the upper like screws into the lower, and then you put the pins through it. It's a pretty wicked upper. I have a 22 that runs on a 3D printed upper, but a 9 with a 3D printed upper and buffer 2, like low key a little sketched out, not gonna lie. But motherfuckers are saying that they put hundreds of rounds through the shit. So I guess we gonna just send it. But so there we go. You gotta like line it up. Yeah, it's a little tight, but it's better to have it a tight fit than to be all loose booty in the motherfucker, you know. But yeah. Hey, this print is so clean, bro. Look at the detail in this motherfucker. The little invaders in. Safe and fire. Clean ass line. Look at them threads. So clean, bro. Clean ass print. Your boy out here. But anyways, hope you treat condoms better than that screen. Oof. Yikes. Where you get the STL file. So this is still in beta. This is currently being tested. I am one of the testers, so I have to build this thing and provide feedback. So we finna do that. We finna build the arc, run a couple 100 rounds through that shit. But yeah, it should be available to the public soon. Give us a few weeks to test it out. But as far as the design goes, the design is finalized. No way, Mr. Snow. Hey, why do you keep doing that? Mr. Snow. What's up, Mr. Snow? How much?
I'm sitting here muted the whole time. My bad, man. I had a joke and all that.
Yeah. How much for the program? What program?
Man, that's some glowing. I'm just playing. Mr. Snow, how are you this evening?
Dude, I am doing great. I had a fantastic week.
Yeah, you were out in the boonies making memes in a tree stand.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, you're sitting out there for like, I mean, you're out there before dark. I mean, you're in the stand by like 5 a.m. and you're sitting. The deer don't show up till like at least 8 or 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I had like 3 or 4 hours just sitting around making stuff on my phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, you did an excellent job with that PWEDC meme. I gotta say, so we have something called the Make a Meme Foundation, and
Went from the foundation.
yeah, it's pretty bad because it's a play on stuff where people die. Anyway,
No, I got that. I got where you're going with that.
yeah, and it can get a little spicy. I would not just open it and review it. So my plan was I'm gonna just open that in my Discord and just review it on. Nope, not gonna do it. It's way too spicy. But I will take ones out, and we're gonna be doing a meme review, and one of the first ones is going to be yours.
Well, I'm honored to do so, and you'll have to add me to your Discord. You have to send me a link there. I'll
Yes,
gladly join you over
absolutely.
there. That way, I can steal more stuff and make it better.
Hell yeah. As long as you are totally fine with violence, light racism, and just pure evil.
So here's a fun part of that. The reality is we cannot control what happens to us. We cannot control what we see in this world. We cannot control what happens. What we can control is how we react to it.
God.
So my ability to get upset over stuff, that's on me. That's not your fault. So that's not anybody's fault except the way that I choose to react to it. So yeah, no, there is nothing you're going to do that's going to upset me. And if you do upset me, I'll be sure to let you know and we can work that out.
Look
Mr.
at that.
Snow dropping gems, yo.
God, man, that stream's over, y'all. That's it.
All right, guys. I
That's
guess
all
we'll
you
see you on the next one.
yeah.
So I'm gonna show what I'm excited about. Not only did I, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
so
I was
very
about to
likely
say I was on
these are
that live
dope.
earlier, man.
Yeah,
Hell
these are
yeah.
dope. So not only did I potentially take the very first, that's hilarious. Um, so did I likely take the very first deer with a 3D printed gun? When I got home, I had these artful mag base plates waiting for me. So this is a Glock magazine base plate. It's cerakoted in multiple layers and then laser engraved to these incredible. Let me back it up now. Incredible works of art.
Bro.
So I got a whole set. So this is, of course, Scream. And then from Van Gogh, then we've got the American Gothic.
What?
So these are base plates, functional Glock base plates
Bro.
that have been cerakoted and then laser engraved to create these like incredible
Oops.
pieces of art. This one's probably my favorite is Starry Night.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, these are made by a 2A 3D print. To my current knowledge, there's only 2 sets in existence currently. There's the Mona Lisa.
Wow.
One set is sitting in Mr. JSD's office. So Jordan has the first set of these 4, and then I have the second.
Wow. Dude, I'm blown away. I am totally blown away.
Yeah, they're incredible. The Scream probably did the best of Scream probably is the best and most accurate representation.
Can I tell you kind of a funny thing?
Yeah.
At first, when you held that up when you were on the small, I thought that was a laser engraved picture. Hold on, I gotta show you. I gotta show you, or will it make
He
sense?
said this man laser engraving his base plates. I don't think. No, you had someone do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I could do that though. It's not that hard. The machine. So it's a fiber laser. They're like $3,500 to have one of the fiber lasers to do that kind of engraving.
You just made me getting the Ender 3 sound way better than I thought it was a laser engraved picture of this.
Oh, nice. That would have been quick, man.
I was like, dude, I am blown away. That's speedy. Look at that. Chrome Guru says, I'm totally inspired right now. See, you are inspiring people.
I'm an influencer.
Yes.
That's part of what I do.
That's what he does. Yeah.
I don't actually get paid for it, but I influence.
I know, right? It's funny how this whole influencer thing works out, right? You influence, and all you receive in return is,
paid
good feelings.
influencer. No, yeah, exactly. I mean, my favorite part is the friends we make along the way has always been my favorite part of all this. I've only been doing whatever this is for about a year and having a lot of fun with it, putting myself out there in public.
Yeah. I'm actually coming up on the birthday of this channel, December 22nd. I think, Ralph, you're going to have to say this one.
Monica!
But you got to say it slow, one syllable at a time.
Monica?
A little slower.
This is not the Ja Rule from Fast and Furious?
No,
I see where this is going.
Monica!
That was Menage.
Just got to watch out for those. You don't end it with a hard R. You're good.
Oh!
Yeah.
You ain't
You're
set me
welcome.
up. If you want to see that, just watch the live from last night. I got really into that. I was just like, fuck it. I think I was 12 beers in. I was like, end that. And I was explaining why. And they were like, stop saying it. And I was showing family photos. I was like, my grandpa and grandma are black motherfuckers. Like, I'm half black. And they don't believe me. But yeah.
Who said there's a little hate going on in the chat, man? Come on.
No hate, part of the punchline. Now, there's a racist motherfucker in there. Some of these comments is low-key very hateful, but high-key as fuck. Not low-key at all.
I was super excited to see you playing some Tarkov. I could not stay up and hang through the stream that was going on, but did I see you fire up Tarkov there at the end?
Oh, that was one of his guests.
P.A.D. Yo, who was playing Tarkov?
I don't know what
the video game. Somebody fired up a video game in your stream. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was out, like the stream was over, and I was still on, and it just kept going for another hour and a half. And I was like, if y'all hanging, drop a one in chat, and people threw the ones, and I was like, I guess we still hanging. It went on for 6 hours. So longest live ever. I haven't even finished watching the whole thing. It's too damn long.
Dude, you killed it, man. I
killed myself.
I mean, at the end, Suck Boy. Is that Suck? That ain't Suck Boy.
This guy,
yeah, Suck Boy. That's his name, Suck Boy Tony. That is correct.
Oh no, but X14 non is not Suck Boy.
No.
So I was weirded out. This guy here. I'm sorry, I'm calling you out, X14, but this guy literally follows everyone that I follow, co-workers, friends from when I grew up. My mother, this motherfucker requested her. My mom was like, do you know who this is? I was like, please don't accept motherfuckers that you don't know. So that's why I got weirded out, bro, because you're following literally my family and all my friends and co-workers. Like, what? So sketch. So I have to call this motherfucker out.
Yeah, I think it's
very uncomfortable. I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
We got a few, and that's why I'm kind of excited that I only got one death threat for the upcoming meet and greet. Yeah. I mean, I have my armor picked out for that day. We got a few of those too. I'm excited. I'm excited to meet everyone at the Oaks Gun Show in Pennsylvania.
I don't even know if I want to go.
No, I got you. Just stand in front of me. You're good.
Wait, so we're supposed to be strapped, right?
I mean, we're technically not allowed to be, but
My understanding was, anyways, yeah.
Pennsylvania is actually not.
Ooh, you finished it?
Ooh. Yeah, I just threw it together for some pictures there quick. I got to take some better pictures tomorrow. That white Hollow Sun turned out fantastic.
That looks beautiful.
You're gonna color fill the logo on the back?
Yeah, I'll color fill the logo on the black. So it's got the little Mr. Snow logo on the back plate. Nice. That's all laser engraved as well. So that's all gonna get color filled, and it's gonna pop. But then I have a problem.
It's dope.
I have a big problem though. Is that you don't have a taser on underside.
Well, I can fix that. That's not a problem. My problem is that there's no holster that this will fit. So like none of Chairman Wan's space. So I'm going to run this in a
I'm going to
competition.
correct you. Hold on.
So they've got like the Safari Land. You can do some of like the quick barrel mounted. Yeah. So that's my issue. I think I know what DLD is coming back with. I think he's coming back with one of the race gun kind of setup holsters.
Actually, no. So I was looking for a solution to carry a suppressed handgun, and there are a lot. So, for an example, the race gun style, right? That that's an option. You mentioned the
I think T-Rex makes like a one that mounts through the light.
Yeah. There's a lot with retention on the light. There's the Safari Land, like you mentioned, the ALS that is like fits like 150. It would definitely fit that. However, the coolest one that I've seen is the Cry Precision. Oh, I'll make myself big. The Cry Precision. This is a very unique holster. So it's Molly or belt, and this was before Cry was like big. I've had this for like 10 years. So when you're drawing, you sweep the button, okay? You grab it, and then you rock it out.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah.
That's a lot of steps, man.
It's actually not. It's actually super quick. If I had
it's clever. I think it'd be fast, but that's clever.
Yeah, once you do it like 2 or 3 times, you're like, oh, that's it. So you basically put the slide in and then roll the trigger guard in, right?
I feel the same way about my Serpa holsters.
Trigger guard out and then sweep. It's super quick. And it's just so dope to be able to be like, you want to rock a different light? Cool. Holster still works. You want to put a can on it? Holster still works. You want to, run a whatever it doesn't matter. It's literally just, just right there.
And it's only $82 for that.
I think I got it for like $25.
So yeah, the only one I can find is the Cry Precision black gun belt clip, and they're the only one I can find for $83 currently.
For real?
Why would I lie?
I didn't mean like you weren't being honest.
I know what you mean. Like a shock, like unbelievable.
Yeah, you got it.
I used the Strike belt.
What's that?
I said I used the Strike belt, Strike Industries. I think they call it a Kobe belt.
Oh, from Cry Precision's direct website, they're selling it for $36. So that other guy is making a whale of a profit. Good for him.
Wow, $50 profit.
Good for him.
I was just saying.
You're saying which belt?
I was saying I used the Strike Industries Kobe belt for my battle belt setup.
Kobe
got
nice.
Some. I can show my battle belt. It's right
here. Do they have them in stock on Cry?
I don't know. I'm gonna order one right now. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Online shopping. All right, here we go.
Who's influencing who now?
I know, right? Ooh, you got the factory Glock joint. Okay.
So the Safari Land,
Wow.
3 Glock mag holder, the 2 AR holder. I forgot what this is called, but this is like the what is it called?
It's a
IFAC.
IFAC.
A tac pack. There's a funny name for it, but there's
the tac sack.
IFAC.
The tac something, but yeah, it's dope as hell. Got a big ass Glock knife, HCM holster with the Louis shit. And Angry Sarge just gave me one of these, bro, because I was like, yo, I've seen this pouch that motherfuckers carry. It's called a dump pouch.
Yeah.
Fucking dope as hell. So I need to throw this on the belt too. But
best idea.
People asking me to do a video on my battle belt setup. So I may, if you want to see a battle belt video, drop a 1 in chat. I always say drop a 1 in chat. But yeah, drop a 1 in chat if you want to see that.
Tac pack. Tac pack.
There's a video on that.
Tac pack. Yeah, that's dope. I flocks with it. So what I started doing is I have my That's so beautiful. But people want to see our beautiful faces as well. Oh,
They're
wow.
dropping the ones in chat. Motherfuckers,
They want to see it, you
they
know?
want to see the belt. Yeah,
They-
I've had a lot of
they're
people
not
ask me,
playing.
"What's on your belt? What do I put on the belt?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm just a regular motherfucker. I don't even use this shit unless I'm at the range shooting a video or something.
Well, I
Oh,
use it
someone said
for the 3D printed gun competition.
See, or something like that. Yeah. Hell
So I
yeah.
shoot in the national match in St. Augustine.
Okay, you're a baller.
nice.
No, it's open to anybody. It's just pay your entrance fee, you can get in. There's no balling in that. Pay your
So
fee and go for it.
I
Blue
may
force.
go to the next Makers match. Hopefully, I'll be shooting my arc.
So that would be the pistol carbine class.
Yes, but it's gonna be short. Does the pistol carbine have to be a rifle length, or can it just be...
No. Yeah, just brace it. Not a stock, obviously, because that's bad.
Right.
Supposedly.
And for handgun, I'm gonna go with the biggest Invader. So with the long grip and everything, go with the
Ah,
biggest Invader.
Well, I don't. So that would actually be with the brace. It'd be under the pistol carbine.
Oh,
That's not a pistol if you got a brace on it.
so maybe I'll do no brace.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I think
Have
you could two-hand it. That'd be fine.
Biggest Invader with no brace. Yeah.
so that I actually carried that. So that's not the battle belt. I actually carried that today. Funny enough, y'all are gonna make fun of me. I wanted to carry the because I got the red dot on the that Glocka now. I was like, you know what? I'm rocking sweatpants, right? And I have a very effective way to appendix carry the 43X and a secondary mag, a blade, and the hot sauce in sweatpants. And I wanted to rock the 19 with a red dot, so I literally took my Galco instructor belt, put the OWB Safari Land on it, put the secondary magazine joint on it, and I just literally wrapped it around my shirt and stroked it down, and I was like, all right, we're rolling with it.
That's dope.
It was fun. I mean, it wasn't fun. I didn't have a blast or anything, but it was cool. I enjoyed it. Just knowing that I got that dot on that 80. It's actually not an 80. It's a factory Glock frame. Don't make fun of me.
Mr. Snow, can you tell us the details of the Hoffman tactical build, the 7.62? Like
Yes. So
buffer?
that was actually just the 5.56 build. So that was I think it was version 2 of the Hoffman tactical build. So that's an older, outdated design. That's just the standard 5.56 version. Then I've got a 7.62 by 39 Midway upper, which is so Midway USA has their own line of parts under the AR Stoner brand.
AR
So
Stoner.
that's AR Stoner is their brand that Midway actually produces, and sometimes they go on super discount. So I bought like a 7.62 by 39 16-inch upper with the bolt carrier group back in the day for like $300.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. So then I just slapped that on. It's got the AR Stoner. So I was using the AR Stoner magazines that are set up for the 7.62 by 39, but I prefer the Unimags. If you're not familiar with those, Unimags is a company that'll do Unimags will do like 450 Bushmaster, they'll do 458 SOCOM, they'll do 7.62 by 39, they'll do a bunch of different calibers. Really great stuff. Are the Stoner parts good quality? No, they're cheap. But I mean, honestly, anything you can make it anything good. Give me a Bear Creek Arsenal and I will make it a good firearm. It's fine.
I had to do it. Yeah, my Bear Creek Arsenal did not work from day one. I built the 7.62 on the P.A.D. Phoenix 150 lower. So I was having a problem where the feed ramp was garbage. It looked like somebody fucked it up, but still sent out the part to me. I don't know why. The gas hole port gas port hole was too small, so it was not cycling properly. It kept jamming. I tried like 10 different magazines. It jammed with every single one of them.
Yeah.
Eventually, I gave up on it, and they sent it back, and then they sent me a new one. I haven't tested that yet. But yeah, it was pretty annoying. It took a lot of work to get it to actually like function.
Yeah, and see, I'm okay with that stuff because I mean, 99% of so I don't know that I've said this to a lot of folks. Those of you who've seen some of my videos and stuff know that I basically have my own machine shop in my garage. So, I mean, I've got a lathe, I've got the mill, I've got surface grinders, I've got everything I could need. But the other part of that too is that I'm a certified gunsmith through American Gunsmithing Institute. So I've gone through all these classes. I've spent the money. You know, it took 2 years to go through American Gunsmithing Institute, and I've got a bunch of local gunsmith mentors that take me alongside. When I have a problem, I'll take it to them, and they go, "Well, here you're an idiot. Let me show you where to fix this." And they show me that stuff. So to me, whenever I buy a gun, the first thing I do is throw away 90% of it. I don't buy firearms anymore. I'm just buying receivers.
Okay.
So because the rest of it is junk to me. I'm going to build it the way I want to build it. I mean, I buy barrel blanks, non-threaded. I chamber them myself. I will cut the threads for the barrels. I'm doing all that myself.
Nice.
I couldn't drill the barrel, so I wanted to drill through the barrel to make the gas port bigger, but none of the bits I had was strong enough to drill through that barrel. That was the only reason that I sent it back. But I did everything.
140 chromoly steel. It's hard to get through.
That motherfucker was not cutting for shit, bro. I'm telling you, I tried. I broke a bunch of different bits in there. So
that would be bad.
I was like, look, guys, this shit ain't working. I tried everything.
If you break a bit off in there, my bad, Ralph. I didn't mean to get you off.
Yeah, carbide's your friend there. That's your only chance.
Yeah, I didn't. I just felt like I shouldn't have to do that. It should work.
Well, and I agree. And I mean, that's the thing about Bear Creek is they don't make high-end stuff, okay? But that's why it costs what it costs. Yeah. But they do have a pretty good warranty department.
Yeah, I give them that.
I feel the same way about Vortex Optics. I mean, Vortex makes a high-end level of equipment, but then they also make a very, very budget-friendly side that is direct from China. And I have broken a lot of that stuff on the Vortex low-end stuff, particularly like the Vortex pistol optics. I've been through like 3 of those. They just, I look at them wrong and they're going to strip out of that aluminum. But Vortex, they'll just replace it. No questions asked.
What do you think about Primary Arms?
I don't know. So I just
is legit.
Yeah. I've heard a bunch of good stuff, but I don't have anything from them. I just got picked up one of the 50. It's a Hollow Sun Via Primary Arms with that Vulcan reticle.
So
that's really my first experience with them.
So if I could get you one of their like Gen 2 Aimpoint T1 clones, so they after the patent expired for the original T1, they came out with their what was it, Primary Arms? I think it was just called a micro. It's really similar, but either way, a micro dot. Their Gen 2 is probably the first like really good one. And I can get them for like $89. They were around for a while for $69. Then people bought a bunch of them because I told everyone that they were available for $69. But I can get them for like $89 from Primary Arms right now. They're great.
Seems like a good deal. I need to call them directly and say, hey, I have a YouTube channel. Send me stuff. Supposedly that's what PSR did, and it worked for him.
It worked, yeah. I know other people have told me to do that. I just haven't.
I've never been good at that either.
I didn't know how to approach it, and I have this 308 that I'm trying to build out, and somebody told me, hey, reach out to Primary Arms. They'll send you a scope. And I was like, okay, but I still haven't gotten the upper. I got the complete lower for the 308, but I haven't finished it. So I was going to ask you about the buffer setup for the 7.62. You just want a standard buffer and spring?
Standard buffer and spring.
Damn. Okay.
Works fine. Only thing I had to change out was the firing pin. So my original firing pin didn't have enough beef into it to really get some strong strikes. So there's a company called Red X Arms that makes an enhanced 7.62 by 39 firing pin. Flip that sucker out and it runs like a champ.
Yeah, enhanced firing pin definitely works. I put one in mine as well. I'm actually going to the range tomorrow. I got to test out the white Chairman Juan PDW, my Mr. Snow edition.
Nice.
I'm
The
just
one
waiting
I
on my
recommend.
rails from Invaders from Nimbus Direct. So he's sending me a kit.
Yeah, man.
The one that y'all printed same day, same time.
That was totally a coincidence, by the way.
Bro,
I had no
that's-
idea that's what he was printing, and they both finished at the same time, bro.
That's crazy.
Except there was a big difference in the fact that Ralph's support removal was about 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe. Give it an hour total for beautiful clean. I think during the 4-hour live stream that I was on, I removed supports the entire time. As I was rewatching Ralph's stream, you could hear the crinkle that was blamed on Dark, which I think was totally me.
Yeah, it was.
That's funny because I think like an hour after you had hopped off, or no, maybe it was on the next day, something like that. We were joking around. We were like, "Legend has it, the Snow is still removing supports."
Yeah,
we're gonna hear some crinkling now because I found this little. I have this little pack, and it's perfect for like a either a very small, like a 40 Glock 43 or something like that, or you could stack two little, like, I stack a Keltec. You actually can't see the shape in it. The Keltec P3AT on one side, and then the Ruger LCP on one side, which is cool. But right now, I'm just using them for all of these.
Your entertainment purposes?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll be taking them. Maybe I'll send one to P.A.D.
I'm sorry. What is that?
These are gumballs. These are
the gas station gummies.
Yeah, gas. These definitely aren't the gas station gummies. That 50. That 50.
These are Dark's special magic gummies.
Yeah,
those 50s will put
the
you
ones that I have to literally hide from my daughter, not because I don't want her to eat them, because it's wildly dangerous.
Yeah. So
if I ever come down to my gun room and she's just in my chair, like stuck, not funny. Sorry.
Man said, "Praise the Lord." Like, what do you? What?
Yeah. So let's get back to it because we do have something to talk about, and I'm the guy that got to stay down the track.
Every time.
P.A.D. Ralph. P.A.D. Ralph, the channel, was taken from us far too early, and I'm bothered by that. And I do feel like it is in part an agenda move. I feel like it CBD. Yeah.
The ADD is real.
Yeah. Hey man, yeah. So I feel like this is, when you look at it collectively from the 50,000 foot view, right? And there's other things that we could attach to this, right? But I'm crushed for you. I feel terrible for you, and I don't want to keep, playing the world's tiniest violin. But I want to make sure that people understand the gravity of this, right? Because it is not just that, people from up here are trying to remove the flow of information to the masses. We're talking millions and millions of views collectively. We're looking at all these channels, and they're taking the ability for people to learn how to privately manufacture firearms away from our people. And aside from that, we'll touch on that subject. Aside from that, from an individual level, how long have you had that channel?
Like 3 years since, almost 3 years since I posted the first video.
Okay. And do you have an idea of how many videos you had on there?
Like 140 something.
Okay.
At one point, I was close to 2 million views total, and then they nuked my biggest video. It dropped me down to like 1 point something million. Yeah, there was a lot of views on some of those videos, bro. Like the trigger issue video almost had 100,000 views. The how to smooth out your polymer 80 was like 70 or 80,000 views. Like these videos obviously were helping people. People were coming back and rewatching them, using them as reference, because you don't get those type of views from just a couple people watching this shit. Like this
Yeah.
is actually making a difference, you know. And I think that's why they attacked the content. MGB's channel had all of the P.A.D. They're all P.A.D. related content, but all P.A.D. tips, tricks, step. He did his videos very strategically, where he didn't do full builds. He would do one video on pinholes, one video on the channel. You know, he was strategic. So none of his videos were really build videos, which is why the channel's still up. But all of the steps were removed, which is really weird, because if they really wanted to get rid of that, they would get rid of all Polymer 80 videos. And there's still other videos out there. It seems like they just targeted the bigger names, mine being P.A.D. Ralph. Like, naturally, typing in P.A.D., you're going to stumble across my shit.
Dude, we did that one night. You would just typed in
search results were crazy.
Yeah, you typed in P.A.D. slide
lock.
Slide lock, and the first like 11 videos were yours. It's crazy.
A bunch of videos. I caught the algorithm, bro. And I think I also caught the attention of some people that didn't like what I was doing and tried to paint me as this bad guy, as like, he's the reason why we have ghost guns in the streets. Like, because I put my face out there, because I did an interview with NBC. Like, Jordan's now calling me NBC Ralph. I mean, it's a joke. It's funny. But yeah, I feel kind of bad for it, bro. Like, I shouldn't have talked to them, but I felt like I needed to have a voice for the community.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wanted to do it. I talked to a couple of the other guys. They were like, don't talk to the media. I was like, bro, we got to have at least a voice. We got to say something.
We can't live in an echo chamber. If we only seek out people that agree with us, we're not going to ever move forward. We're just going to be ourselves isolated. That's tribalism 101. And we don't want to go to war. I mean, I hope we don't want to go to war. That's certainly not my desire.
Definitely not. Agree. Always be prepared to, and never have a desire to.
Yeah, better to be the warrior in a garden than the gardener in a warrior. In a war. Totally. I mean, so it sucks. You know, it does suck. But there's some real benefits to this. I think one of the big things I think you'll know is, I mean, Ralph the Builder in what? 48 hours, you already have 500 subscribers. Yeah, you went from maybe 12,000, right? You were right at 12?
Like 16.
16,000 to 5. But one of the cool things is you're going to see is you got your core, man. Your real audience. Of those 16,000, I mean, your average video hits, what were you running for an average video in views?
The live roasts were getting like 2K a week.
So you've got a core audience. Your audience was not 16,000 followers. No. Your audience is those 2,000 to 3,000 people that actually follow you. And those are the ones that are going to come with you. And those are the people you're going to build. And man, think about what you started at P.A.D. Ralph, starting from nothing, and think how much more knowledge you get to bring into the Ralph the Builder channel about how awesome you're going to be able to take all of what you cut your teeth on P.A.D. Ralph, and now you're Ralph the Builder. Yeah. Dude, that's an awesome opportunity to say, now we're doing it right.
So yeah, I want to do it right. I know what you can and can't do. I want to kind of mainly just focus on like lives.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a channel. The live show is like the channel. I don't know. It's what it has become. It went from information sharing and troubleshooting and shit to a live show where we sit here, we talk some shit, and we interact with the audience. We allow people to showcase their hard work. And we make some fun of it, you know. Maybe the motherfucker spent $450 and got the basic build. He don't got no upgrades, but we still gonna put it on screen and let him be part of the show. You know, maybe he's out there in his part of the woods, like, hey, my build's on P.A.D. Ralph. Hey, they talking some shit about it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know,
They make fun of my pinholes.
I see a lack of suppressor height sights. You know, that's all that really matters. So, but the other part of that too, man, is that it's not gone. Ralph the Builder lives on in your backup that is Odyssey.
Yeah.
And so you've still got that wealth of knowledge, that wealth of backlog, and you can take where you're at with Ralph the Builder and your live streams, and man, you got such a fun show that's got direction, it's got content, and people love interacting, man. There's nothing like that. I love being on that show whenever I get the privilege to do so. And then, but you use that and you're watching those chats, you see somebody has a problem, and now what does Ralph the Builder do? He says, oh, you got that problem, go check out my Odyssey.
Yeah,
I thought about that. Yeah. So the thing that sucks is they deleted the main video before I exported everything to Odyssey. And Dark was saying that you can somehow go on this website and find these files. I don't have any of my original videos because they take up too much space on the phone. So for me to be able to record like an hour and a half video, edit it down to a 15-20 minute video, that takes up a lot of memory. So as soon as I uploaded it, I deleted it. That's where I fucked up. I should have got like a hard drive and backed everything up. But yeah, my main build videos were deleted before the channel got taken down. So none of that got transferred to Odyssey.
So I've been backing up every single one of my videos that I've ever done are saved to my
Wayback Machine. That's the name of the website.
So this is internetarchive.org. Internetarchive.org is a place that literally hosts every single thing that has ever been on the internet ever. It will find it.
So if I put in P.A.D. G19 build, my video should pop up.
Say it again.
Let me see. I put in P.A.D. G19 build. Nothing came up. Did it not work? Do you have to donate?
Results 50.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Do you have to donate?
I think there's a. This may not be there's a free one. Here, Alpha.
Well, so when they deleted it off of YouTube, it pulled it completely out of your YouTube studio as well?
I wanna say yes. Wow.
I would check that. I would go on a desktop, not just your phone, and check it.
It won't even let me open it. As soon as I click your channel.
Yeah, they killed it completely.
It tells me that I don't have access to that. Yeah. So there's no way for me to even go back to it. But before, when I still had it, yeah, you would be able to see it in the studio, but you couldn't do anything with it. So I was thinking maybe I could like record it in the studio or something. I don't know.
Generally, if you can access it in YouTube Studio, it is not like easy to find, but there is a download button for the content creator to re-download the post YouTube codec and videos. And they're like really small. They're pretty nice.
Okay. Yeah,
but too late now.
I do want to say, I'm looking at this originally kind of, from a negative outlook. And I think it's because there's some emotion tied to it. Right. And so something original. I do also see this as, my wife flushes the toilet one more time. I swear to God. Sorry. I do genuinely see this as a new opportunity for you to build something great from the beginning, and for you to build whatever you desire, and to do it in a way where you may be kind of in the gray, right? Where even if they have their targets set on you, stay in the gray.
So, I mean, I think my response to this, if I'm going to throw that in there, is, based on what's happened to 3D Ralph, I've decided that I'm going to demonetize my YouTube channel. I am not going to be posting anymore. I used to try to do that. I used to try to, play within those lines.
Mhm.
Screw that. I'm not doing that. I'm turning off the super chat function for whenever I do a live. I am not going to split a revenue through YouTube or be a source of generation of income for YouTube. I still want it for the platform. But I like DLD's version, man. He puts up a Cash App. You want to send me a tip, you want to buy me a cup of coffee. I'm going to throw out and support other platforms. I'm done with playing around inside of YouTube's terms of service.
Yeah.
So I'll stay within their lines because of the audience that I've built there. But I'm pushing more to. So I posted on Instagram a couple weeks. Inside it's an old story. Inside of every one of us, there's two wolves, and there's one for good, there's one for evil, and the one that wins is the one you feed.
Yeah.
So I'm done feeding YouTube. I'm still going to be out there hanging out with my friends. I'm still going to be out there hanging out with my audience that's been created there, but I'm feeding other entities. I'm feeding Odyssey. I'm feeding a Cash App. I'm feeding Ko-fi.
Definitely do Utreon and locals if you can. I can help you get set up with Utreon. I can even help connect you and the CEO of Utreon to get him on your show if you want to do like a little thing. But Utreon and locals are great. I've been toying with the idea of taking monetization off. Like we were demonetized within like 10 minutes of going live. And the funny thing is, like 1 to 2 days after the live, then it's like bloop, green again. I'm like, dude, yeah, you know what you're doing. But the interesting thing is that no matter what, once you start to gain like the presence that like you guys have and other people that are very large, whether you're monetized or not, you're still subjected to the terms of service. So just kind of keep that in mind, right? But I've never like put up like a Cash App or anything like that. I did do the Cash App stuff for, we were helping a friend one night, but I've done like PayPal for the patches. But honestly, I think that removing the channel from the partner program and selling patches on PayPal, and if people want to give, they want to give, awesome. Like that, it's you don't have to, but every time somebody gave like $50, man, like Wave Slave through $50 super chat. I've had yellow super chats, and I'm just like, oh my god, like this is crazy.
Last night on the PSR stream, he threw me $69.95.
Wave Slave?
Yeah.
Damn, Wave Slave, if you're out there, brother, lurking, we love you.
Which is fantastic and awesome, but how much of that do you actually get?
Exactly. So that's at the same time, it's like I am so grateful for anything that you guys choose to give, because it's
absolutely.
It's like yes, it's free entertainment. Yes, anyone and everyone can come in at any time and like, wrong. Delta 8 is not acceptable.
A lot of comments. My bad. I've been ignoring the shit out the comments.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, y'all. It's hard to,
Ralph the Builder, let me know if you want me to promote your channel on my channel. I get a lot of trolls though, so it's up to you. Yeah, I get trolls too, man. It sucks. So I don't know if I want to name it Ralph the Builder. Like, I don't know if I want to name it anything with Ralph. Maybe just a completely different name, like maybe something towards the live stream kind of theme thing. Like, I want to have like a special guest every week with like some of the usuals. So like Mr. Snow will pop in every now and then, Chairman pops in, but I want to always have like a new name. So today we're featuring so and so, like as a way to connect the community, I guess we can say.
Yeah,
because that's kind of what we were doing with the rating your build. We had a lot of big names in that show. Well, big names to me, like people that I watched and was like, hey, do you want to come on the show? I had a lot of people say yeah. So that's kind of how it started, and I want to keep going that route. Like, I like the podcast style of thing. Like I love these long streams because, like I said, I've said this many times. When I'm at work, I could just throw in a headphone,
Yeah.
do what I'm doing, and listen. Like it's funny. I'm laughing, and people are like, "What's so funny?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm just listening to something." He said this, something. P.A.D. Like I'd be laughing like shit at work, and then I start saying it, and people are like, "Why? What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, nothing." These silly guys from the
You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, right.
It was Jay the Shooter that introduced me to you, Ralph.
Jay the Shooter.
Jay the Shooter was the guy that said, "Hey, you need to get in touch with 3D," because I never heard of you until like a couple months ago, honestly.
Okay. So Jay the Shooter reached out to me, let's say like in March or April of this year. He was like, "Bro, I like your streams, this and that, And then he came on with Billy, Red Phoenix Defense. They were partnered up at the time. Sev 2 was the name of the company. They were a FFL 07 and SOT Type 2. They did a lot of full auto shit. I believe they still do, but I think they split now. So
He did a full auto 50 DE this week.
I saw it. Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
saw that, man. That thing
And
was
I
fun.
think his big thing is the FFL Elite training course, where he walks you through a website and teaches you really how to become an FFL, which there's value to that.
It's something that I didn't find necessary personally, but I guess if you're new to the space and you want that information, it is a way to have it all compressed in one thing. But I think that all the information provided is public information that you can Google. But it's something he's doing. Yeah, he's pushing it hard. I was watching his live stream the other day, and this guy, mind you, has like almost 200,000 subs, and there was like 40 people watching, and I was like,
What?
bro, that's like a 0.0001% of the audience. Like, I was like, how the hell did I have like 80 people on a brand new channel? Like,
Because that's what I'm telling you, the core audience, man.
well, it doesn't make sense. I'm like, how
Can I tell you I know the difference, and
are you,
I've seen
buying
this.
followers? Is that what's going on?
No, well, actually, sometimes people do purchase subs,
You can
and
do that, right?
you can write. You can get a bot. Yes, people can. There's a lot of things people can do, but even if they are genuine, authentic subs, right? With the shorts, dude does a lot of shorts, right? And I don't know too much of his content. I just see what pops up here and there on like the gun shorts, because all mine get flagged and have like 150 views. But there's a difference between building a channel and building a community, right? And when you build a community, you are building something so much bigger and greater than yourself and your content. Like, think of this right now. Like, there's so little that I've personally interjected into this. Like, I have not personally put a lot of value into this. The value in what is going on right now is in the guests and in the chat. Like, these people come in and they love each other, right? If you guys love the Glowy community, put PWEDC in chat, okay? You have a community that has inside jokes, that contributes to each other, that helps each other. Like, literally, we've had people that have like actually in real life needed help, and we all come together in Bloodbot and jumped in and helped. And we have other places that we meet outside of this, and I don't know. It's you build this element of closeness of people that are like-minded, that care about each other. That's the difference between a sub that's like, oh shit, it's a full auto deagle, subscribe, versus people that are like, dude, I care about Luminous, I care about Luigi, I care about Joe Morris, I know just your average goy. His mother just passed away, man. He's got a little girl. Like, at night, I'm sitting here like praying for just your average goy. Like, it's I don't know. It's crazy. That was probably a little far, but I'm sorry.
No, I get it. Yeah, I have a Discord chat where, so when I had a Patreon at one point, I had a lot of folks who were joining the highest tier, Hey, Safety Doc, what's going on, brother? They were joining the highest tier, VIP builder access as a way to like contribute, I guess. I mean, there was no better benefit to being the VIP rather than the middle tier or whatever. It was just a way of saying, bro, I got your back, you know. And at one point, these guys, through their contributions for the Patreon, I mean, it was a few $100s a month, bro, you know, and that shit really helped. Along with that and the Olight revenue and the YouTube revenue, I was making a fair amount to where I was like, okay, this could actually go somewhere, you know. But they eventually nuked the Patreon because it was instructional gun content. Like you can have gun video shit, but the things I was doing seems to be very frowned upon. Like they really don't want information out there, detailed information out there, because I go into depth. I'll explain part differences and do close-ups of like why this is fucking up. Like you should do this, and I was giving way too much info. Apparently, like people go to gun school for the shit that I was teaching, and I didn't know that this wasn't widely available, I guess, because like I said, I was in forums between Glock Talk and ARFCOM, bro. I learned so much. It's crazy. ARFCOM taught me so much. Like I would get in there and I'd be like, oh, well, I got this problem and this and this and that. And like 10 people will, oh, we'll try this or try that. Like it's a huge, helpful community. Like these guys really believe in spreading the knowledge. So I felt like I had my purpose was to do the same. I was like, well, if they're helping me, I got to help everyone else. You know, it was like a spread the knowledge kind of thing.
Here's the difference, though. Like that, like this being your passion. I said something in the last stream, and this rings true to what you're saying, that amateurs practice until they get it right, and professionals practice until they can't get it wrong. Like when you have like a passion for something specific, a true passion, you never stop learning, you never stop improving, you never stop getting better. And I don't know. That's something that I see in you and a lot of other people. I do think that the information is what they're targeting. A byproduct of that is the people. They're not looking at like, this is Ralph, this is a human, this is, Putang, this is MGB, this is a human, right? It's, it's nameless and faceless to them, but this is also people that, like, for a full-time job, cancel people. I also think the little like slight element of urban influence that your channel has with like,
it definitely brought about an urban audience for sure, and I think that is partially why they wanted it down as well. They felt like who my audience was shouldn't be able to learn this shit. Like what the fuck? I'm sorry, I didn't laugh at you.
I think you're projecting that one. I mean, that's my honest answer. That
What?
could be what you're saying there, that because you have an urban environment that they're knocking down you in particular.
No, I'm saying could be a basis for the but nah, it's not. I'm not saying that is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but yeah, Texas Bullet made the funny comment. He said, he sounded so like honest, and then ends it with the joke. It was, if it wasn't for this community, I never would have had started PWEDC with one in the chamber. I am eternally grateful. Like that was hilarious, bro.
Oh man, that's
funny
great.
comment. But I'm sorry, this is what we do. We get sidetracked.
Yeah, but this is the beauty of it, man. That's that's why we're here.
So
plus we just want to hear, Mr. Snow's voice through his beautiful mic.
Eventually it's going to break down. I'm just going to buy y'all one of these mics.
Hey.
So yeah, I mean, we got the terms of service. We understand what YouTube's at, but I mean, it's not just YouTube that has this stance of don't talk about this stuff. You look at any trigger you buy off the market from like an actual reputable brand, not like off of eBay, but if I've bought any Remington trigger I've ever bought, has always said, had a big warning sign that says, have this installed by a certified gunsmith.
Yeah.
It's not
Pretty much everything says that, yeah.
Everything says that. Now they're getting away with that. This, disclosure of, we've told you to do it. If you do it on your own, that's up to you. But they're just kind of wiping out, their hands of it, and they're clearing the CYA. They're covering themselves from the lawsuit.
Yeah,
and that's all that YouTube's doing. And they're doing the same stuff with their terms of service. They don't want to put out certain information because of either bad optics or the potential lawsuit. I understand and get their position. I disagree with it. I think there's better ways to do it.
Yeah.
But it's their toy, and they're going to play with it how they want. And we'll see what we can do about it.
Think of it like this: if there was a sign on a chair, okay, and the sign on the chair said, do not fall on this chair while having a brain aneurysm.
Valid sign.
It's
so specific.
Things like that, right? Like you got to cover your ass. It's liability. No, all jokes aside, I do think your commitment to learning, right? You are a student of this shit. That's a completely different level, and I admire that about you. So, like Mr. Snow said, you will rise like the phoenix and kick this shit's ass.
Well, I think we should always be students. You can never learn too much. There's no such thing as, okay, I got it. Like, you're constantly learning. I believe we should all be open-minded students of life, everything. And you mentioned something about being passionate about this. I wasn't. I became passionate about it. I found what I'm really good at. To this point, I never realized what I wanted to do with my life. I've been jumping from job to job. I've been at my current job for 5 years. I've never been at a job for this long. I was like, I found something I'm good at. I'm good at, doing ductwork, construction. So I do blueprints. I do layout. Like, everything I do is very technical and very specific. And I think that's why I like it, because it's challenging. I don't like easy shit. That's why I started showing people how to build Gen 4s. Like, everyone had a P.A.D build video, but how many people were doing Gen 4 build videos and showing you step by step? Oh, about Gen 5, you can throw a Gen 5 on a P.A.D. Motherfuckers was like, what? Gen 5? That shit's not going to work. Flawless 50. How the fuck did that work? Like, P.A.D. Ralph, motherfucker. I don't know. This shit just happens. Like, I wasn't trying. I haven't been trying. And I feel like it just happened naturally. Like, this is my calling or something. I don't fucking know. But I became passionate about this shit, bro. Like, it took over my life. I ruined my relationship. I'm now a single man. I was engaged when I began this journey. I lost my woman because of this shit. And I want Dark to not fall down this path, because I know what's gonna happen, bro. You're doing lives 3 times a week, bro. Like, yeah, I know. You don't.
I'm joking. My bad.
You hear me saying it, but you're still gonna be doing lives 3 times a week. Like, bro, it's just time you could be spending with your family, bro. Cherish that, because I wish I had a family. I mean, I have a daughter. I haven't seen her in 2 years. Her mother is. Oh, let me not say anything about that. Yeah, it sucks, bro. Imagine, there's always somebody out there who has it worse than you. Think about it like that. Like, you got it good, bro. You got a bad bitch and a kid, nigga. Like, you good, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So this is why I was upset. I
envy that. I envy that.
Well, and I appreciate that, and I let's be honest, like, the challenges that I'm having in my marriage aren't because I talk to a computer at night. There's a few things I could do to make some changes myself, but it could be a start to not being obsessed with YouTube. But here's the thing. The reason that I got so bothered by hearing that your channel got nuked is not just because of freedom, right? It's not just because of people having the ability to have access to easy information to arm themselves, right? Like, I had a family member we're talking days ago, that, fuck it, I'll tell the whole story and we'll get back to it. Basically, the family member had a boy, girl, him, her friend that turned out to be dangerous. So they were like out of my life completely. And, we didn't think there was like an element of true danger at all, once they were removed from the situation. And I had helped with the removal of the situation and made it very clear that it would be unacceptable to return. And if they did return, that would be their last opportunity to return. Anyway, started seeing the individual on my family members' cameras, like staking out the crib, and this family member is unarmed. So JSD had just recently sent me a 26 lower and of course in a separate package, completely separate package, upper, like the whole shebang, and I knocked it out, got the whole video. Editing it now because I'm gonna post it, because why not. And I just gave it to the family member, and I was like, man, like, thank God that like JSD was just like, Dark, here you go, and I was able to, bless somebody else with that. But the the sacrifices that you put into this, like, and I don't know, there was a connection here with that story. I've lost it, but anyway, I guess what I'm saying is, like, I know the sacrifices that you put into this, and I know that, like, what bothers me is it wasn't all in vain, but it stings a bit, and I don't know. There's a correlation between those two stories.
I think what you were saying is that, his channel and his build process can be a power for good for those in need.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, yeah.
So that was the moral of that story that I took.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot there was something that.
It's a good tie-in. Take another gummy.
Yeah. Hey, I haven't even eaten one yet. All right.
It's a good point that those that don't have it, those in need, it is building yourself and having your own is still a very, very viable option. Now, the other side of that coin, though, we have to be honest that this is an inanimate object. It's nothing more than a tool. I can use a hammer to build a house. I can also use a hammer to take out my neighbor.
Yeah.
It's just it's an inanimate object. The problem is not in the object. The problem is in the people.
Yeah.
And so this is where it gets fun. This echo chamber concept, and we've got those of us that know that, we're all in agreement on that. This is nothing more than a tool. A firearm is not a scary thing. It is not going to jump off the table and kill somebody on its own. Matter of fact, it's actually not the easiest thing to do. I talk about that. Gosh, let's talk about a hot take. I look at these mass shootings and I look at the numbers of people that get injured or killed, and I always think to myself, that's an incredibly low number.
Yeah.
That, I won't even get into what I would select to use, or, my mind goes to, if they had taken this, you have any idea how far worse that could have been?
Yeah.
And I love Brandon Herrera's take. Brandon Herrera talked about mass shootings and said, you better hope that it's a firearm they have, because that is a one object, one target tool. It's not the bus filled with fertilizer that is to whom it may concern. There's some massive benefits that, firearms are really the least of your concerns. Yeah. And if you actually look into what the ATF does, firearms are a very small part of it. Their primary job is explosives. That's the real fear out there. But where I'm going with this is, that why are people afraid of the guns? Why are people afraid of home building in this term of ghost guns? And the only thing that I've come up with over the years is to say, at one point in our lives, when we were kids, most of us were afraid of the dark. Yeah. Why were we afraid of the dark? Because we didn't know what was there.
The trepidation.
The unknown.
We didn't understand it. And, one of the things that Ralph does, what we all do, is we try to educate. We try to bring people into the light. We turn on that light switch in the dark and say, this is nothing scary. These things are just plastic. These are bits. This is how it works. This is how a trigger works. This is a safety. A Glock does, in fact, have a safety in the trigger. It's not this just scary thing that just goes off. There's mechanisms here. And once you understand them, you've spent time with them, your experience with them, the fear goes away and people will understand. That's why we have so many gosh darn people buying firearms for the first time. And that's going to shift the story. You know, if the majority of people in the United States are suddenly buying firearms, they're on our side. And that's going to change.
Yeah, the Glock actually has 3 safeties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. No, I just wanted to be technical there. Oh, see, I wasn't the only one.
There you go.
It technically has 3 safeties. Yeah.
Hey, I'll be the first to admit, you know more than I do about it. I just shoot them.
I was gonna say it, but I was like, that'd be a dick move, Dark.
It's crazy how we all have this little voice that tells us when not to say something, but usually I ignore that voice. I think that's how I get myself into trouble a lot, because I talk when I feel like I should, even though I know I shouldn't. It would make the situation so much better if I didn't, but I feel like this is my opportunity to say something. Goes back to why my marriage ended, why I got divorced, because I spoke my mind way too much. I was not a yes man. I saw somebody in the comments saying, just say yes, dear. Like, nah, I ain't with it. I'm not doing that. I don't want to, you know, but part of being a man is doing shit you don't want to do. And I learned that the hard way.
But
sucks. It's reality. I never wanted to accept it. I was like, no, I'm gonna do what I want to do. No, motherfucker, you need to be a man and do shit you don't like doing and you don't want doing because it's what you should do. I fucking hate saying that.
The 4th safety is in between your ears, correct? So that ties into things that not that you can't change, but things that we as humans are highly unlikely to change, which is personality and behavior.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
Yeah, your even habits, right? There's a phrase or a quote. The chains of habit are far too light to be felt until they're far too heavy to be broken, or something along those lines. And we have these habits. Habits is one thing. Habits can change. Actually, there's an average of if you want to break a habit, then either stop doing something or start doing something, whatever, for 66 days. Beyond that 66-day time period, that habit change is it's easy. It's easier to make a change of a habit. Personality and behavior go back to your programming from who you became through defining moments as a child to an adult. Right? Like, you are direct Ralph because of like that. That's who your brain is telling you to be, that person. And I could not imagine you being anyone else.
This is who I've always been. I don't think I'm friends with any of my exes. All of my exes hate me because I speak my mind. I am that guy. In the comment, he said, damn, where's the comment? I just lost it. Do these pants make me look fat? P.A.D. Ralph, yes. Take that shit off. Try something else.
Honey, it's not the pants.
Mr. Snow said, I live by the creed, mildly annoyed wife is an entertaining life. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Well, I mean, the old story is happy life, happy wife, or happy wife, happy life. But I mean, you got to be able to have fun. I mean, the only thing I would say about that is, I mean, because I joke with my wife constantly, and I'm a smart aleck constantly. But you know, so I think we can change our personality and who we are, but we have to work towards that. So we talk about firearms as tools. Well, there are tools in life too that we can put filters in place, questions in our mind. So you talk about, Ralph, that, you know, you just say what you think, and I would challenge that and say, did you say what you thought or did you say what you felt?
Yeah,
because that's generally the difference there. Is, you know, when I'm saying stuff that I know I shouldn't, that's not saying what I know, that's saying what I feel. Okay. And you got to put some boundaries in that. So like when I first got married, I've been married now for 15 years, and I think we've had one argument in 15 years.
Yeah.
And it was totally my fault. And so some of the things I learned is she would come home from her day job when she was still working, and she would tell me of her problems, and I would keep hearing the same problems, and I would get annoyed because you keep telling me the same questions, the same problems, and you're not doing anything about it. And it made me mad because as a guy, we are wired to fix stuff. We want to fix it.
Yeah.
And my wife just wants me to listen.
Yeah, that's all they want.
Yeah, so I had to stop, and I had to communicate, and I had to figure that out as a young married man and say, is this a fixing conversation or a feelings conversation?
Feelings, yeah.
Do you want me to just listen, or do you actually want me to help you and try to fix it? And
They
I
don't
found
want
that, most of the time it was just listen.
Yeah.
And so I had to let go because it would drive me nuts that I can't fix it. But as soon as I let that go, it was all right.
You wanted to because you're tired of hearing about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get it.
Totally. And it would upset me. I'd get angry, and I would say stupid stuff and make fun of it. And I would actually.
You also want to help, right? You're
Yeah.
like, here's the solution. I'm a solution-driven man, so let me dive in and help you.
Yeah, I love what Barnaby just said there. That listening isn't the same as hearing. What you say is not necessarily what you meant.
Yep.
Yeah.
So communication's hard. English is hard. So that's one of my favorite phrases that I say all the time on my channel. And when we deal with people, if we can find what we have in common, agree that we're on the same team regarding like humanity, that we both recognize each other as people, we have some things in common with a husband and wife, and particularly, I use that, we're on the same team. We're here together. Let's work together in that to seek what is right, not who is right.
I agree.
And if we can seek what is right over who is right, which means sometimes if our emotions kick in, we recognize that and we take a break and we come back to it later. That's the biggest thing you can do.
And another thing I realized is it's all about the choices we make. It seems like we are constantly being put in positions that make us choose. And based on what we choose, we get a certain outcome. So later when we're over here, like, how the fuck did this happen? It's because we made certain choices. And I hate to admit it, but yeah, I've made a lot of bad choices in my time. I think a lot of my failed relationships were my fault. I'm a hard-head motherfucker. Like you said, I want to fix everything and I can't. And I get annoyed when I can't fix something. I'm like, I don't care about your dumb shit at work. Like, you tell me this all the time. Like, what do you want me to do about it? All I had to do was listen. Why the fuck didn't I listen? I don't know.
Ralph is like, let's drive down there right now.
Yeah. It's like, let's go.
I'm tired of hearing it. Why haven't you fixed it yet?
So
absolutely.
I'm glad that wasn't just me, man. That's good.
Those are all super, super normal things.
Yeah, and one thing that was kind of a big impact for me is like not making a decision is also making a decision, right? So sometimes I get like, I came up with a couple like phrases for it. It's like paralysis by analysis or caught in thought, and I freeze and don't make a decision, which is making a decision in a way. And then when I make a decision, it's not just about things that I do, it's also about things that I don't do. So I'm learning a lot.
Tools, man. You're putting tools in your arsenal. So this is one I use a lot as well. So I teach a lot of this stuff. Somebody in chat referred to me as a motivational speaker earlier, which was kind of hilarious. I do.
Like you sound like
I do a lot of teaching and a lot of personal coaching. I do a lot of counseling when I'm not building guns.
Okay, hold on really quickly.
Yeah.
So I have to say this because I kind of caught that vibe from you, and one of the most powerful tools ever in relationships, in coaching and consulting, in business, in sales, in just in communication is questions.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So powerful. Yeah.
When we're so quick to like judge and make statements before we get curious and ask questions, I would encourage anybody, when you're in a conversation, ask a question and allow the other individual to talk, listen to what they say, and then carefully select your words and ask another question. Game changer. Game changer.
So to go, we'll jump off that before I jump to this one. Let's do this one first, and I'll circle back.
Sure. Yeah.
Nah, let's do it in order. Sorry. So questions and answers and active listening skills. Yeah. So if somebody tells you something, rephrase it the way you heard it and make sure that you're talking the same language.
So
Once
what
again,
I'm
it goes
hearing
back
you
to
say, Mr. Snow, is that when I hear someone say something, I should understand the words that they're saying and then rephrase it and say, what I'm hearing you say is this. Is that right?
Wonderful example. It's not what you say, it's what you mean. Can we take what you said, put it in our own words, put it back? Yeah. And my favorite thing to do when working with my clients and my folks is to say, sometimes we don't even know the questions to ask. It is so far outside of our wheelhouse, we don't even know how to get there.
Yeah.
So I talk about that phrase of you ever talk to somebody, ask for directions, and they say, you can't get there from here? I don't know. That's an old saying, an old joke. You can't get there from here. And part of that comes from this idea of you don't even know where to ask to go. You don't even know where you are. So one of the things I do is, instead of trying to ask those questions, when I work with people, I say, tell me what it is you're trying to accomplish. So we're not talking about the questions. That's one of the most powerful phrases for some reason. So when you have a problem, tell me what it is you're trying to accomplish. Ask that, let them explain their goal, and then suddenly things get a lot clearer and a lot easier. It's a powerful question. But I'll go back to this other thing. So one of those life tools, one of those life skills that I teach a lot is this question right here is, success. I believe we can use a lot of filters in trying to figure things out. So success in my world, I've kind of boiled it down to three things. You got to have a vision. So what is it we are trying to accomplish? That's where we start. What are we trying to make happen? And to be able to achieve that vision, what are we going to do? We're going to create a plan. So to have success, we got to have our vision. We got to have our plan. But the hardest part that seems to always be the biggest failure for the most part is then we have to execute that plan.
Yeah.
So here's the three parts. Either my vision was wrong and it's outside of my skill set. I just started from the wrong place and I need to adjust where am I heading. Or something about my plan was unrealistic. What I was trying to accomplish, the workload I put on myself, streaming 3 nights a week, may be a little bit too much in my plan to get there, and I'm going to burn out faster. Or I had a great vision, I had a great plan, but I just didn't execute. This is one of my favorites, to where it talks about the idea that, I had a good thing going. It was working really well. So I tried something different and I broke it.
Yeah.
We've all seen that in our life. It was working so well that I fixed it and I broke it.
I think I never really had a vision or a plan, but somehow I executed it, and I wouldn't consider myself successful. I don't think I am yet. I don't feel like it. Can you define success, Mr. Snow?
No, so success is your definition. It truly is. I mean, to me, success.
What is
to
it?
me, success is being, happy. That's about it.
Define
happy and meaningful. Happiness to me is that you live a life that you feel has meaning, that other people around you are better off because of you.
Oh, that's powerful as fuck.
So to me, that is happiness. That is meaning, is that your life has a purpose, that those around you, other people, are better off because of an interaction with you, because of you just simply being there. That is success to me. Now, there are other forms of success. There are monetary success. There is smoking hot babe success. There is children's success. There is the armory to beat all other armories success. There's all kinds of different levels of success. But I think they build, and I think you have to build at a foundation of success means your presence in other people's lives is a good thing.
Okay.
Some of the other things I talk about is the idea that, if you've ever flown on a plane, one of the first things they do is, if we lose cabin pressure, be sure to put on the mask on your own face before helping those around you.
Yeah.
Well, that applies to a lot of things too. If we are walking, talking disasters, we're not going to be a good presence in somebody else's life.
Okay.
We got to figure out our own stuff, be self-motivated, be personal responsibility for who we are, and then go from there.
Yeah.
I like
That's been one of the biggest challenges for me personally. And it's, giving so much of myself to the point where I'm ineffective at, because for me, success is me being the best version of myself and contributing to others to the point where I make, the impact that I desire, which that changes all the time, because the impact that I want to make ranges from working with a couple organizations that I work with and giving back to, like people in recovery. And I mean, of course, like the familial, to all sorts of different levels of what type of impact that I want to make. But if I or we or, a person isn't taking the best care of themselves or putting that oxygen mask on themselves first, then we'll be ineffective at helping others.
Man, powerful shit here, man.
Yeah, funny people are coming to a gun channel,
Well,
self-sustained channel. But it's honestly, it's not just. This is a life channel. Welcome, bitches.
I never had a plan, bro. My whole life has just been one big freestyle. I just play everything by the ear and let's see what happens kind of thing. I don't really go into many things with a plan unless I'm doing some work to my car that I've never done before and I have to watch a video. Then I, have to learn it before I go into it. And then I know, okay, I need these tools, I need these parts, I need to do this specific thing. But I mean, as far as like P.A.D. Ralph, like I never planned to do that. It literally felt like it just happened. I didn't have any plan. I was just uploading shit. I was like, oh, this seems like a common problem. Let me make a video and post it up. And then I interacted.
If you look back at the patterns that you have, your plans just happen to be subconscious. So it may be that you're just like rolling off the cuff. But if you're like, okay, I have a problem, identify the problem, research the problem, find possible solutions, exercise possible solutions, find the best solution, publish it. Like you just go through it, right?
Are you saying I was not aware that I had a plan, but somehow I subconsciously did have a plan?
Look at okay, if my P.A.D. Slide stop is working when it should not be working, right? You walked me through this whole shit about the slight bend in the spring from the aftermarket shitters that people get, and like when you had that problem come up, which is probably a long time ago by now, you had that problem, you identified the problem, you searched for potential solutions, you went through and exercised all the solutions, you identified which one was the best one, and then you videoed it, you published it, and you shared. It's still a plan. It's just
I never had like a piece of paper that said, okay, this is what we're gonna do. I just hit record and I'm like, all right, let me see if I can remember all this. Rarely I would have so I do this thing where I have pieces of paper and I just write like notes. So I'll have like new order. I got a new order and I completely forgot about it and I gotta send this thing out. It was earlier today. Like I do like notes. So I just write random little I like physical things. I don't like making phone notes and shit. I think when you write something down, it's very powerful. It does something to your brain that makes it become real, if that
there are
makes
a lot of studies on that.
So I'm a true believer in folding pieces of paper in half and just making notes everywhere. I just put notes everywhere.
I've been carrying this with me for 7.5 years. It's one piece of paper. It's very
What is
real.
It's a promise you made to yourself.
I may share that.
Another
I may
time.
share that later on in the stream.
So Ralph,
Okay.
you asked me what I thought success was, and if you've never had a plan, if you've never had a thought, you were just constantly executing, that would kind of make sense that you told us earlier that you don't really know if you felt like you were a success or not. Because you got no metric. You got no vision for what that really means.
I don't know what
you can have a baseline of you can be successful in many things, that you're successful in making friends, you're successful in being likely, you are successful in gaining as Chairman Wan would put it, massive amounts of encyclopedic knowledge on these firearms. You are highly successful at that. But when you talk to yourself and say, was I successful? It felt like to me earlier, you just kind of said, I don't know. I didn't feel like it. And that's simply because you just never named it. Dark says that you had a plan intuitively. I'm going to disagree with that a little bit and say you had great problem solving skills. You have great ability to overcome and figure stuff out as you go, which is one of the highest marks of intelligence, is the ability to figure stuff out and problem solve. Yeah. But there's physical IQ intelligence, and there's also an emotional level of intelligence of life. And without having that marked goal, without having that this is what it means to be successful, you're always going to feel that way, that I'm not there yet.
But what happens when you reach it and you still feel the need for more? Because I don't put stickers on my car. I used to, but I stopped. Once I got a grown man car, I stopped putting stickers on it. I have one sticker on my car. It says never satisfied, because I'm never satisfied. No matter what I do, no matter what goals I achieve. I don't just freestyle everything. Sometimes I do set like a short-term goal. I'll say like, okay, I need to do this by this date. So realistically, I don't have like a bigger picture success goal or the definition of success. I mean, I guess we all think of success as being rich and famous and having a big house and a nice car. Like, that's not, you can have all that and still be sad. Like,
rock stars commit suicide all the time.
Yeah, I live in a neighboring county of the number one wealthiest county in the United States, and I just found out a few months ago that it is the number one highest suicide county in the United States. Right?
That's interesting statistic.
What is the number one richest county in the U.S., Dark?
I don't want to give out my info like that.
I
think you already have.
If you have Google,
it's all right.
That's what I'm saying. I have Google pulled up. I have the number one here. I want to know if you are gonna say it.
No.
Now he's just testing you.
I'll just let y'all. But I do want to clarify one thing. So I guess what I meant was so P.A.D. Ralph was saying, like, you never had a plan, you just kind of freestyled it. What I wanted to identify was that, there was a pattern, and you kind of naturally employed like a process, but that is very different than having like we would always say, make a SMART goal, right? Like something that is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, timed, so that way like with certainty that you've achieved your goal. And the feeling at that point is a success. Maybe not reaching like what most people, like what the masses say is successful, right? Because that's such a subjective term. But it is a success when you achieve a goal that you've documented, that is a metric. You know what I mean? So not to say that your like pattern or your natural process would replace that. Does that make more sense, Mr. Snow?
Yeah, absolutely. But to get back to like the idea of what is happiness and how do you fulfill yourself if you're always seeking more? Man, that's a tough one, and that's something you got to overcome yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife and I joke all the time in our relationship and our expectations, just to say the secret to happiness is lowered expectations.
Amen.
That, you know, if we're not putting expectations, I mean, there's this fine line between, if you set the bar low, you'll never be disappointed, versus following your passion. You know, if you're passionate about something. So, and that's another thing that's really cool, that if you are truly passionate about something, you will become the best at it because you love doing it. And if you are the best at something, you are going to be in demand. The money will come because you are the best. You are the guy. But you know, there's a lot to that. It's one of my other favorite phrases, that luck is nothing more than the combination of skill and opportunity. If you have the opportunity that arrives and you have the skill to take that opportunity, people are going to call you lucky.
I got you. That's a
So
good saying. Fuck yeah.
build as many skills as you can across the board and find as many opportunities that you can use those skills to fill them, and you're going to be awful lucky in life.
I agree. I guess I would consider myself somewhat lucky. I come across a lot of opportunities that people have been like, how the hell did that happen to you? Last night I had PSR on the stream, and Dark was like, how the hell did that happen to you? And I was like,
retired for 6 months.
I guess I'm lucky. I don't know. He said, okay, you know.
Well, that's a success. You achieved something, right?
It was an achievement of some sort. Yeah, that felt like an achievement.
PSR, ding, achievement unlocked.
Yeah, in a way, it is like achievements that you're unlocking. Yeah. So I guess that's like, it ties back into the whole like, what do I want to do with the channel thing? And it's like, yeah, I guess I have like a checklist of people that I want to check off to be guests. And I think it would be cool to achieve that. Yeah, would that make me successful? I don't know, because when I achieve it, I'm gonna be like, all right, well, who else can we have on here now? Like, we've already got these motherfuckers. That's why I say I'm never satisfied. I'm always looking for something better. Like, I've always somehow found a way to get what I want, and then when I get it, I'm like, okay, this wasn't what I expected. I want something else.
Yes and no. I mean, I think there's a difference between satisfaction and growth. You never stop growing. You never stop learning. You would never be satisfied to say, well, I now know everything. That, you know, that doesn't happen. So I think you're conflating, you're mixing up some different mindsets there. It's good to recognize this concept of never stop growing, but we can be satisfied in our growth. I mean, so that's man, that is so deep to unpack that.
Yeah, that's some deep shit right there.
Yeah, that goes way down.
That's like identify the wins. Sorry.
Well, that ties in with how I guess I was brainwashed to think that. There's a Drake song called Never Satisfied. And I think music really has a big impact in our lives. In a way, I feel like music is low-key subliminal messages being implanted into your head as ideas that grow into your subconscious lifestyle. Like Snoop Dogg once said, smoke weed every day. What did I do for the last 20 years of my life? I smoked weed every day just so I can be like, smoke weed every day. It was the stupidest fucking thing ever.
Me too, dog.
Once I let it go, I realized, and I started this journey that I'm in now to figure out what I want to do with life. And
you'll never figure it out.
That's
never. Okay.
It's so okay. Hard. Like every
you
day,
gotta celebrate the wins along the way.
The success is seeking what you want to be and continuing towards that goal and always moving that growth. The success is that you are growing. The success is that you are breathing. The success is that you got a roof over your head. You know, and then you got to redefine that. I love that there was a preacher, a black preacher, I don't know his name, kills me that I need to look it up and put it in my toolkit of life, that said, you know, he asked the crowd, here we go, audience interaction, practice makes what?
Perfect.
Is perfect actually possible?
No.
So you got a broken mindset that practice makes perfect. No, that is wrong. Practice does not make perfect, because perfect is unachievable. Pure satisfaction in who I am and what I am, and true success, what the world has put in your brain, you are poisoned, and you need to fix that.
So I've realized that we are poison. I mentioned this, I think, on the stream where Dark had me on a couple weeks ago. We went really deep into this. We were talking about how we're like brainwashed to think certain things. It all ties back into the music, man. I really think music is so powerful that there's something about it that just makes us act a certain way and do certain things, and
that's one of the arms.
Love it though. We love it. We sit here cranking and we pay hundreds of dollars to go to these packed concerts to idolize these people that are just regular motherfuckers. Like, why do we do this?
It's music, it's media, it's TV, it's clothing, it's labels, it's cars, it's money. Like look at just like how we like see money and how you look at money and how that's changed like each decade over the last 1, 2, 3 decades. Everything, like, we are literally programmed by the outside world.
Why do I need 20 Glocks? Why? Tell me.
You
only 20?
5?
Rookie numbers. Well, I got a hell of a bunch of frames, but yeah, fucking Glocks, man.
I got more than 20 OEM Glocks.
Damn.
I just bought a 17L.
Why are we like that? Why do we have to always be more than the next motherfucker? Why? It's like this natural instinct to just, oh, well, you did this, well, I'm gonna do that. Like, it's always like we're trying to like outdo each other, and I feel like social media is one big popularity contest. It's like, let's see who has the newest shit, let's see who's doing what, and it's all fake because we only post certain.
Social media is the highlight reel.
It's the highlights of our life. We never show the bad shit. It's just like, oh, I had this great meal today, but I ate some noodles yesterday, so.
Man, good for you for being raised completely outside of the media.
Damn.
That's
lucky.
Yeah.
I don't know how do you know what to be mad about today?
I know, right? That's so true about the social media thing. No one is like, man, today I had the worst fight with my wife ever. Like,
isn't that what Facebook is? That's why I got out of Facebook. There was too much of that.
I mean, there actually is a lot of that, but it's most social media is like stunting, right? My life is perfect. My life is great.
Look at my new Glock.
Yeah.
I'll show you how some magazine falls out and self-ejects. That's a whole video. I had like a 2-minute video of just my magazine self-ejecting. It was awesome. And just accepting that this is totally a piece of garbage. I have failed in this build. Yeah, no, it's tough stuff. Yeah, social media is definitely the highlight reel. And we cannot compare ourselves. So that's one of like the rules of life is don't compare yourself to others, compare yourself to who you were yesterday.
Yeah.
So the only person that you can really truly compare yourself to is who you were yesterday, because there's a hard reality that not all of us are made equal in regards to intelligence, physical prowess, where we came from, what we were given from birth regarding money, or, we are not on the same scale. It is unfair.
Yeah, I agree with that. Thank you, Mark Tucker, for the comment. Mr. Snow, I agree. I think they try to keep pushing it. They try to keep pushing this message of equality, but how? There's no way we can all be equal. We're all different human beings. Like, we can have equal standards where everyone applies to the same rules, but we're all different people. We're not the same. I can't do the same things Mr. Snow can do. Dark can't do the same things I do. Like, we all are good at our own shit. Like, there's not this whole equality thing is it actually divides us more, if anything.
Yeah, well, there's a difference between equality and equity. So, I mean, you're getting into some language terms there that, equality means that we can have equal opportunity. We can have equal laws. We are all falling under the same law.
Okay.
Equity means that we all have the same equal outcome. The idea of communism is kind of that we all have the same stuff. We have the same standard of living. We are all equal. But that's never going to happen because people are different. There is a reason that the U.S. military will not let someone who has an IQ lower than 83 enlist.
83? That's the standard?
83 is the number. So if you have an IQ lower than 83, which is roughly 10% of the population, you cannot enlist in the U.S. Army, because the U.S. Army found that there is no job that we feel you would be suitable and useful.
Dang.
So
yeah, equity, you're not going to be there.
The reason I never signed up for the Army as much as I want to is because the thought of belonging to the U.S. government really goes against everything I believe in. Like, that's not, I don't want to be controlled by anybody. I want to make my own decisions. You know, I want to be responsible for my mistakes. And I think a lot of people don't want that. They don't want to be responsible. They want to point the finger at someone else. Well, I crashed my car because this idiot and this and that, or I can't think of any specific details, but
this. Okay, so this is so interesting because this is going kind of to like where we are societally, right? And this is like a similar topic, and also completely different, because on an individual basis, like a lot of the things that we're talking about, like still translate. When you look at like the masses, if everyone was successful, and no shade, hear me out. If everyone were what people think to be successful, no one would work at Walmart. No one would work at McDonald's. No one would, like, the idea of equity for an equal outcome for everyone is a joke. It will never exist. And if it does exist, it will be for a short period of time, or you'll have to walk over corpses to go get your soy latte. So that's definitely not going to bring us to a positive place. But I think... I totally lost what I was going to say. The whole corpse thing threw me off. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, there's an old saying that says, the world needs ditch diggers too, and that everybody has their value, everybody has their place, and that place is a position of value. But at the same token, not everybody can be an Elon Musk. That guy's changing the world, and he's the CEO of SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company, and he's got an artificial intelligence company, and he's working on human integration of direct brain control. This is one guy,
a very socially awkward individual.
Oh no, he's broken.
I've watched so many of his videos where he talks like he's struggling to put sentences together, but this man is like one of the smartest motherfuckers in the world. It's crazy. I feel like he has so much going on in his head that he has a hard time putting it into words, maybe. But apparently he's like a workaholic. This motherfucker does not stop.
So we talked about that earlier, the difference between intelligence IQ versus emotional IQ. Very, very rarely do you have both. Super intelligent people are often super awkward.
Yeah.
And super awkward people are often not all that intelligent. It's just very, very social people. The captain of the football team, there's a reason the jocks that are the most popular have a reputation of not being the smartest tool in the shed.
Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of those guys end up to be failures in life later. It's sad to see that.
That goes back a lot to personality, behaviors, and programming as well. Who you are as an individual is sticks with you pretty much. You can change it, right? Like you guys are talking to I was a heroin addict for years, and I got over 11 years clean, 11 years and 1 month and 6 days, and that, and I voted for Obama in his first term.
Let's just put all the dirty laundry out there.
Yeah, right.
One of those is far worse than the other in my book. Just so you know.
Yes, I know. It was my first vote.
Well, is Obama worse than heroin? What the fuck?
I mean, the fact that
That's not what I said. I just said one of them.
But now I'm questioning it.
Yeah. No, I mean, changing it all goes back to growth and development, right? Like the point where I reached, where I was like, I am making the decision to no longer be this version of myself, and all the terrible things that I did, all the wrong that I did, all. I mean, I wish I could truly share the moment where I broke down. With the statute of limitations, I'm kidding. Um, it it just wouldn't be wise. But you know, changing who you are as an individual from like a personality and behavioral standpoint is challenging. Changing habits is less challenging, and I guess identifying changes throughout growth and development, which is more natural, is different. So there's different levels to change. And you got to be able to make sure you can celebrate the wins along the way, because if you don't, you're just executing. Like you were saying, Ralph, is just like execute, 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 execute.
Change is uncomfortable, man. I think we do the bad. Well, no, I don't want to say the bad shit. I think we do what we do, even if it's bad, because it's what we've always done, and it just feels like a normal day. The second we start to try to eat fruits and salads, like it's like, damn, I got to make an hour just to cut up fruits for the week. Like this is such a burden. Like I'd rather just
Change is hard. Yeah, no, there's no question about that.
you know,
We don't.
like going to
We're creatures of habit. We don't like change. You go to change a baby's diaper, they're going to cry about it. From birth, we've never enjoyed change.
damn.
That's true. I would say, back to personalities and behaviors and being programmed inside of us and who we are. Totally agree with that. We all have skill sets. We all have inclinations. And the idea that, one of the things that you're taught as an addict is once an addict, always an addict.
Yeah.
And so it's not necessarily that's part of who you are. So you took a addict personality trait and you just redirected it. You're still an addict.
Yeah.
But you found healthier motivations and healthier directions to put it into.
Yeah.
And
now
so
I'm
that's
just addicted to building weapons.
yeah, absolutely.
And so I made it. So it's so funny because throughout recovery, everyone always says everywhere. I could not find a place with four walls that did not say, you are going to be a junkie for the rest of your life. You're an addict for the rest of your life. And I chose to be in recovery for the rest of my life. And I think, like you said, the mindset piece is kind of different. And most of my friends are dead or in jail or still using, which all fates are all three equally as bad for them, for the families, and for all that. But yeah, I mean, changing, anyone can make any change that they choose to, if the level of commitment is there.
I agree. I think we're just not committed, though. Goes back to the whole "it doesn't feel comfortable" thing.
It's all growth is discomfort. Like that's all it is, right? Like if people say iron sharpens iron, right? Like if those two like pieces of metal were living organisms, like they'd be screaming bloody murder every time they like it's change is painful. Discomfort is always going to play a part of that. I think it's inherent. So one of the things that I kept hearing, like, in other roles that I've done and all that, was, become comfortable with discomfort. And if you're not growing, you're dying.
I agree. I think like I said earlier, we should always be learning. We should always be open to learning everything. This is why I get in trouble at work, because I challenge everyone at all times. If somebody says something that I know or I think is wrong, I challenge it and I tell them why I think it's wrong and what I think it should be. And people are like, motherfucker, I've been doing this for 20 something years or 30 something years. Who are you to tell me? And I'm like, look, man, just try it. Okay. And then, Yeah,
Dude, I've
that's
learned so much more from like a child, right? Like a
learn from children. Yeah.
yeah, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, no matter how much. And if you don't have an open heart, like the heart of a student, that's it. You're gonna have those people that are like, you ain't gonna tell me shit because I've been doing this for X amount of years. So that means that I know more than you and I got more time where you could just be open to new things, open to discomfort.
Good question here. Serenity Guitar said, Mr. Snow, Ralph, and Dark. Destiny, fate, or choice, which controls you? My answer here, your choice, your choice controls your destiny, which in turn becomes your fate. So your choice is what controls you. You control your life. Everybody keeps saying this shit about fate and destiny and shit. Like, you can make any choice at any given time, but why did you do this specific thing? Because it felt right, right? Or I don't know. I think your choice controls you. Mr.
What
Snow?
say you, Mr. Snow?
I already actually responded to it in the chat, so I'll just read what I wrote there.
Oh,
So it's a bad question. I'm sorry. It's a good rhetorical question, but it's a bad question because complex issues are complex. Nothing is that simple to where it's A, B, C, especially when it comes to grand questions like that. And the reality is, it goes back to what I said earlier, that, I cannot control what fate brings my way. That's how I'm going to define fate in this case, that things that happen to me are going to happen to me that are outside of my control. I don't have control if I get cancer. I don't have control if my family gets hit, sideswiped by a semi truck. So those things are going to direct and guide my life, but I can control how I react to them.
yeah.
The choices I make in response to fate is what makes me. So it's a combination of that it's fate and choice. To me, it's those things that fate occurs, life occurs. I'm going to make some choices, and that's going to lead me to my destiny.
Damn.
Indeed.
Dark.
Bob, thank you. I appreciate that. Dark, I believe God has a special plan for you. I'm thinking addiction counselor to help others overcome their addiction. So I actually do work with people right now, and have also worked with a lot of juveniles that are incarcerated. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. So number one for me is choice. And I guess I'm kind of conflicted by the question because well, so I'll back up a little bit. So everything that you do and do not do, there are consequences for, and there are outcomes, right? So I am who I am today because of what I do and because of what I do not do, which are all choices. Those choices bring me to a certain place in the end. So I think that it all starts with decisions that you make. But yeah, there's a lot to that question. It's kind of loaded.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's functionally it's semi a bad question. Not that it was asked in a nefarious way, but it's kind of a broken premise to begin with.
But at the same time, you're right. Like, fate is real. There's some times where you're like, how the fuck did all this shit just play out how it did? Like, one person had to have dropped that thing on the floor before they walked out the house. It costed them 3 seconds to pick it up, and those 3 seconds ended up getting them in this other situation. Like, everything just like ties in, and we all tie in with each other. It's fucking nuts, man.
That's called the butterfly effect. There's actually a name for that.
It's crazy.
So the butterfly effect basically has this idea that if a butterfly flaps its wing in Africa that puts out some pollen that causes a rhinoceros to sneeze, that starts a breeze that creates the hurricane that came across the sea and destroyed my house. It was a butterfly in Africa that started it. So it's an old idea. It's a good idea. Jumping back, way back in the chat, just to totally derail where we're at. Music. So Ralph, you probably did not know that I started out my college career as a piano performance major.
I always wanted to play the piano. I love it.
So I actually started taking piano lessons when I was 5 years old, and I had a weekly piano lesson from the age of 5 till I was about 23 years old. So I used to travel the country playing, doing gigs, played in front of tens of thousands of people in auditoriums and stuff like that. But one of the things we used to say is that music is the language of emotion. You know, when you get up and you talk to someone, you speak to them, you can talk to them, but they're not going to necessarily feel it. And so when I talk to them to a rhythm, when I talk to them to a tune, that tune gets stuck in your head, gets stuck in your heart. You feel it, you're vibing with it. That is the language of emotion. So you're right that, you know, music has incredible power in embedding that tune, that lyric, that rhythm, that beat, and you will live in it. Unlike hearing from your parents what you should and shouldn't do. Those are different mindsets. So yeah, you know, be careful what you listen to. Be careful what you're out there consuming. And that's part of that choice. Absolutely.
Okay. Damn. Lots of info here tonight, man.
Yeah, this became the professional growth and development task force. Right
well, I think stuff like this is useful because a lot of people don't talk about it. We don't think we should talk about it. We think it's cooler to talk shit about people's guns. Let's roast this motherfucker. No, I like conversations like this. It opens up your perspective to other people's perspective. Like a lot of the stuff Mr. Snow said, I was like, oh, I guess I didn't think about it like that. So I'm very open to hearing different people's perspectives. I'm very open minded. But you know, I hate to say but we're so like I've read somewhere that by the age of 7, you are already programmed for the rest of your life. What you know by the age of 7, what your personality is by the age of 7, is how you'll be for the rest of your life. I, in a way, agree with that, but at the same time, I feel like, yeah, we do have the power to change who we are. But watching our parents fight when we're little, or the lack of that, really affects us when we grow up, and we act that way subconsciously because we think it's normal. We say, oh, well, dad used to scream at mom, let me scream at my wife. But we don't even think like that. We just do it because that's in the back of our head, you know. And I caught myself doing that a lot. I was like, damn, that's some shit my dad would do. And I would like catch myself in the middle of it, and I'd be like, fuck.
Well, it's kind of there's two things with that there's been several studies so they say, you know, typically you have 3 defining moments that determine who you're going to be. Usually it's at like 5, 7, and like 12, or 5, 7, and 11, or like something like that, like early teens. And I bet, like, if we were sitting down with like a therapist or a counselor or whatever, we'd probably be able to identify, like, which all you guys, all the viewers out there probably feel like they're sitting down with 3 counselors right now. We do not offer counseling. We're not psychologists, psychiatrists. We're, you know, all that stuff. But
I'm sure this is helping someone though. Like there's a lot of people who don't have these conversations. I feel like it's necessary. We need to make conversations normal, bro. People are scared to have conversations.
Well, and they typically don't like to discuss things that cause discomfort, right? So funny how that kind of shows up again. Any type of self-reflection is, you know, is odd like that. But when you have these kind of like defining moments that determine who you're, you know, supposed to be when you grow up, it's like this. So the only things that I can relate it to are dramatic. So please forgive me in advance. But so let's say somebody, when they're growing up, is sexually abused. They are on this, I guess, like the fork in the road. They typically either end up abusing, or they typically end up being the exact opposite of an abuser, right? If somebody is like sexually abused or physically abused, it's a polarizing situation. So they're going to go one way or the other. Whereas, like, you have a family, right? Let's say the dad smokes and drinks, right? I have a brother never touched alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, anything at all, because he's like, I will never smoke, drink, or do drugs because I watched my dad doing it. And I'm like, I smoke, drink, and do drugs because I watched my dad. So it's like this, which direction will you go?
My brother is the complete opposite of me. Yeah, he was the same what you just said. He was like completely against drinking, completely against smoking. He was like straight edge, like do everything the right way. He's what I would consider successful.
Yeah. Shout out to bro. Zach Carr, brother, thank you for the super chat. Zach Carr just wanted to jump in and say yeet.
Yeet.
Thank you.
Changing the mood a bit there. Yeah, but going back to the whole P.A.D. thing, yeah, it sucks. We lost the channel or whatever. What you got there, Mr. Snow? Oh, the guitars. The Serenity guitars.
Somebody asked.
Damn.
So yeah, there's a violin up there. There's a 5-string bass. There's one acoustic there, the mandolin, ukulele, and there's about another 5 or 6 guitars over behind me somewhere else.
You have the soundproof walls. Fuck yeah, that's like a studio, bro. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Everybody in chat, please make sure you acknowledge Gerchop. You all know that.
No, not acknowledge Gerchop.
We need to build him up, guys. We need to make him more powerful.
Do not build him up. Just ignore him. He'll go away.
Oh, and Gerchop, please do not subscribe to Ralph's new channel.
Please
don't search for Ralph the Builder or 3D Ralph, and don't look him up on Instagram, and don't do all that stuff. So
yeah. Don't feed the animals. Exactly. Thank you, Bob. Don't encourage him. Dark always encourages him. I feel like Mr. Snow's about to bust out in the song right now. Oh shit, Mr. Snow about to sing. We about to sing.
DLD After Dark and Mr. Snow, great insights, my dudes. But something that you got something got the gears in my head turning. Explain this to an Aspie. Who sees the world in only black and white? No gray. No grady.
Snow, what you got going on there, man?
Oh, I was going to show off my baby.
Show your baby.
Tell us about your baby.
So we're talking guns, but this is probably like one of my firstborns.
So this is what caliber?
It's caliber awesome.
Did you build it?
Oh gosh, no. I wish. Okay. So this is there's a musician by the name of Doyle Dykes, and he's a finger style player. And you can see the reflection on my monitor.
Yeah.
So what's cool about this particular is it has absolutely the most gorgeous wood I think I've ever seen in my life.
It looks pretty good, yeah. I like that grain.
So this is actually a special signature edition. I bought this back in 2008, and there's only 200 of these ever made of this particular style, and it's just nuts.
That thing is beautiful, man.
Yeah, no, that wood grain like that is just crazy.
Some nice wood grain, yeah.
We would like to address our friend here, which, by the way, maybe somebody that I may have referenced earlier.
So this sounds like a very fed type of guy here, very fed-ish.
Or they're trolling, pretending to be fetish.
Well, you don't listen to the shit we're talking about. This motherfucker comes in. Well, I just wanted to know where I can get home builds mailed to me, like straight up fed.
Yeah.
Get out of here, bro. Just
boop.
Just nah.
Hey, Sport Brand, I think your first inclination was correct. What's up, Vanessa Kitty? 50 Shades of Grady.
Yeah. Play something for us.
Okay.
Something slight.
You know what? Play something for us on a ukulele and make it a song about JSD Supply. and then we'll JSD Supply.
I got to
Yeah.
tune. Talk amongst yourselves while I tune up.
Guys, I think we're about to witness an epic Mr. Snow musical here. This sounds very Christmassy. The Mr. Snow musical.
Mr. Snow. Honestly, Mr. Snow sounds like a musical itself, right?
Mr. Snow, the Christmas.
100. He said 100. Oh, you think it's Tiger? What's his name? Tiger or something? I think it's the dude that sent me that email about Pennsylvania. What do y'all think?
I'm sorry, one more time. I was reading the chat.
I said, I think it's the dude that sent me that email about Pennsylvania. What do y'all think?
What email? Did I miss something?
The individual that said they can't wait to see me on the 18th for dangerous reasons. Because if it is that individual, then it is a way, way different conversation. Butane Clan ain't nothing to rock with. He's going Baker. Yeah, there's P.A.D help all over the place, dude. We're having a different conversation. You're welcome to stay, but you're talking about illegal things, which is illegal, and we don't break laws because breaking laws is gay.
Hold on, Dark. Let's enjoy the little musical, bro.
Well, I bought me a Patmos. I got Revelation. And I got me a swamp box. That shit better not be copyright.
No, I'm just making it up as I go. So I can't actually hear what I'm playing, so I have no idea what that sounds like on your side.
Freestyle?
Dude, that was beautiful.
Dope.
That shit tickled me.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
And you did it so fluently. Like, I can't do all those finger movements and know exactly which. I've tried playing the guitar before. It is very difficult. Requires a lot of coordination, I want to say.
So do it for 20 years and you'll be fine.
Okay.
My brother's
I'll start tomorrow.
There you go. So my brother's a professional musician. Like that's all he does, and he makes really good money actually, and not like a broke homeless musician. Like watching him for years and years and years and years. I mean, it's a level of commitment. The level of commitment that we put into building, that all goes into making music. And you see what, like, bro, just leave the chat.
The same guy, right?
He's saying, someone please send me some gummies.
Yeah, this guy. Like, why are your mods not blocking him? My mods.
No, they did. They timed him out.
Oh, not time out. Block. Done. Out of here.
Yeah, I typically tell them do not block anyone unless I say to block them, just because I don't want to like censor his speech. You know, I don't want to.
I feel you, but if they're saying some hot shit, that's a block in my book.
Yeah. I'll let y'all watch this. I'll let y'all make the decision. Shut down. Yeah. Dude, that blue wrench, fuck that guy. Oh, that's great.
The blue wrench, yeah.
Shout out to the mods too, man. My mods are awesome, and y'all got so much patience, like the patience of a kindergarten teacher.
So I think I will set up a plan of some sort. I will write down the plan for what I want to do with the new channel. I think I want to focus on mainly lives, and I think I'm going to put all the building informational content on Odyssey, and then I'll make like a short video, maybe like 2 minutes. Hey guys, this is a new build. If you want to know more about it, go on Odyssey. I think a lot of people do that, especially for back scratcher.
Well, and having some Q&As in those lives and say, you know, I hear your question. I've got the answer. It's over here. And just pointing them in that direction is awesome to the Odysseys. So, I mean, I think Dark's onto something that it's all about building community. That's what I'm learning with all my stuff. It's crazy.
It's hard though, because you can't make everyone happy, and there's always these haters. I was really triggered by the haters when I first started, because they really know how to get under your skin, and they're very consistent. Well, not for you, Mr. Snow, because you're Mr. Cool over there. Nothing bothers you.
No, I got all the haters in the world.
But it doesn't bother you.
Correct.
So
well, it's not that it doesn't.
I'm sorry. I just interjected.
No, dive in. I don't want you to lose
it. It's allowing it to bother you, right? Have you ever been in a fight with a female and she said, "You made me feel this way"? Hold on. How did I reach into your beautiful brain and massage it just right to make you feel a certain way when you just interpreted something one way, and then you emoted based on that? No one can make you feel a certain way. I think that it's kind of trickery. So
for me, I guess it was just how I came up, or maybe it's a poor thing where we just hate everything. Everyone's a hater. It doesn't matter what you got or how cool you are. Everyone's always gonna hate. It's like a broke mentality, I guess we can call that. When you're broke, everything sucks. You're sad. You want to shit on everyone else. And I came from nothing. All right, everything I have now has been through hard work. I learned to think in a different manner. When you think broke thoughts, you stay broke. Like there's a way to think broke thoughts. Like it sounds crazy, but once you understand the concept of what it means to think broke thoughts and why you're constantly broke, why you live paycheck to paycheck, once that happened, bro, I stopped living paycheck to paycheck. I have enough now to where if I lost my job tomorrow, I'd be good for a few months. Like if this had happened 2 years ago and I lost my job next week, like what am I going to do? I'm fucked. I don't even have money to pay the rent next month. Like I've learned to control, not just financially, but I've learned to control myself a bit better. And I've learned that a lot of my actions have big consequences. Like people, for some reason, really value my opinion. In real life, on the internet, motherfuckers ask me shit, and what I say, they're like, "Oh, okay, like Ralph said this." Like I don't understand why. Maybe it's my character or how I speak. But for some reason, I feel like people really value my opinion, bro. And it's kind of not overwhelming, but I wish they wouldn't. Like, why are you asking me? You know,
you don't want the responsibility to live your life for you.
Exactly. Like, no, Ralph told me to do this. I'm like, no, I didn't. You asked me. I gave you my opinion. Yeah, man.
It is a lot of responsibility.
Life's crazy, bro.
A lot of people asking for advice. A lot of people. I mean, it's an honor. It's flattering, and it's energy draining.
There's a couple of things to unpack here. So there's some fun stuff. So there was a study done by Harvard that talked about the emotional power of finding $100 bill versus the emotional power of losing $100 bill.
Yeah.
So which one is stronger? And in yourself,
losing.
You know, do you? Yeah, exactly. That's what they found. And so we can apply that same logic to the haters and the negative comments. if I know that I've got 99% of my comments are all positive, but why do I focus on the 1%?
Because you
Because
want to
that's
make everyone happy.
no, I mean that's impossible. We know that's not possible. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good desire, but you feel so that's that thought versus critical thinking skill again. I feel like I want everybody to like me. I feel like I want, but in reality, I know that's not possible, and that's okay. That's the hard part is to get to that third level of, and that's okay. So, you bet.
I agree.
I'll come back to that freaking sting. So yeah, so we understand that absolutely the negative comments have way more power.
Comments like this, yeah.
So
I'm not-
okay,
yeah,
so this
I'm
is
not
actually a good community member that is making fun of the other guy that came in here.
Oh, okay. I thought he was being serious.
No, we're not that hot.
Okay. I was like, why is this guy not black?
So let me tell you about my boy Ludi.
Yeah, right. We got a guy for that. No,
We got a guy for that. His name's
don't break
Ludi.
the laws, rules, regulations, sanctions. Because I learned places like New Jersey, they have sanctions. I learned that. Yeah, so don't break federal rules, laws, regulations. Don't break state rules, laws, regulations, and sanctions. Follow all the laws, and if you're gonna do stuff, then don't take any advice from us because we're not giving it. And if you take it, you're stealing. Okay? So stop.
Too many choices mentioned Jordan Peterson, and I've watched like all his shit, bro. This guy gives solid advice. Though his view on life is very realistic. I want to say it's very open minded, but like he preaches this message that your life is where it's at because of you. You need to take responsibility for your actions and man the fuck up and stop being a little bitch.
That's what I'm so sorry. I'll lose the thought. So that's kind of where I was going with what I mentioned earlier about like societally, like blah blah blah. So every single thing that like what you just mentioned, right? Like personal responsibility, like that has just like gone out of the window. There is a reason for everything that has happened to you, and it is because of someone else, some type of person, some class of people, some whatever, right? We're literally breeding victims, and going back to like I don't know, a time where a beautiful document like goddamn, where like the Constitution. I have a pocket Constitution here. I don't know where it went at. Sorry, I ended my sentence in a participle. So what I'm saying is that in the Constitution they referenced constantly virtuous people, disciplined people. Like that was like the constant focus, and that is what we have lost. Well, not lost. That is what is being programmed out of our people. It is virtue. It is integrity. It is, all those things, personal responsibility, compassion for others, caring for others. That's why at the end of every single stream, I say what I say because I truly mean it. It's not some sign off. You think I want a 2 fucking minute sign off? No, I say it because I intend to live that way. So when I share that, those words, it helps me, right, by remembering those things. But it also could possibly inspire others to remember: be kind, be compassionate, give to others, like care about people, and hopefully that's made an impact on somebody. That is all.
With that being said, do you want to sign us off? I have to go to the range tomorrow, and it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
I would like Mr. Snow to tie this up with a beautiful bow tie.
All of it in one tie.
Damn.
Multiple sentences is okay.
No, it doesn't have to be. I think we can tie it all up with the great phrase, the true wisdom of Bill and Ted. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of these philosophers. They had a couple movies. Be excellent to each other.
Yes, I was hoping you were gonna say that.
What else do we need, man? That ties it up.
And this, Bob, you're right. I am wearing the most dangerous shirt in the world. No, this is not a nuclear reactor. This is a semi-auto keycard. Guys, well, I'll sorry. Okay, so please, Ralph, go ahead. Do your thing. Let everyone know who you are, where they can find you. I'm sorry, Mr. Snow. Where can people find you?
So if you do a Google search for Mr. Snow Makes, you'll find me on Twitter, Instagram, and possibly YouTube. It's getting harder and harder to find me there.
Excellent. And Mr. Snow, can I give you a little bit of homework?
You can try.
I would like you to, Putang says, make the world a better place or get out of the way. I love it. Mr. Snow, or Mr. Snow Makes, I would like you to, the next time maybe that you inventory your enormously large arsenal, I would like you to identify the one piece that you would PWEDC. If you absolutely...
I understand the question. I understand the question. I will go and search for the smallest piece that I have.
There you go. Hey,
that's the only answer.
There are some of those, were they Ingram or Uzi? Ingram, the Mac 11s, they made this little like flashlight. It's not little. I mean, it's little by the 80s terms, little. It is a small, like flashlight size, single shot AOW 22.
That you pull the handle on it, and it's a stringle. It's like maybe like a pin size. Yeah, I've seen those. I think they were Italian made. They were designed for bodyguards for single shots to personal defense weapons.
Oh, nice.
Diplomats. It was designed for.
I was not aware. Richard Hoffman has one, and they're not inexpensive, but there are a few being bid on right now, and where the fuck is Babyface P? I haven't seen Babyface P in the longest time. I miss you. Okay, we used to have fun together. Where you been at, bro? I'm sorry. So thank you, Mr. Snow Makes, and P.A.D. Ralph, 3D Ralph the Builder.
Whoever you're gonna be,
just Ralph. That's what I'm call the channel.
That hurts my heart, dude. You're still Ralph the Builder in my heart, but you will always be. You will always be P.A.D. Ralph in my heart.
Yeah, that's so true. I even feel weird when I have to tag Strike 80 Ralph on Instagram.
A lot of people make that mistake. I think Mr. Snow follows my backup account, but doesn't actually follow my main account. He follows P80_Ralph, but not Strike 80 Ralph. And I never post anything on my P80 Ralph account. So a lot of people do that. They go because you put P80 Ralph and that one comes up. So at one point I was like, should I call the YouTube Strike 80 Ralph?
That is beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? Because I do still have a lot of Strike 80s.
You come the Azteca.
I like the Ralph the Builder because you're not just a Polymer 80 guy.
I build everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you've grown beyond P80 Ralph, brother.
No, that's mine, Putang. That's mine. I made that. I can source it back to the original post. Mr. Paul Murady is mine. No touchy. Sorry.
Murady handle. Yeah.
I think when you said just Ralph, I saw it in my head. Just Ralph as a YouTube channel.
Just Ralph. Oh, no, it's a thought. Let me write it down. I may forget this tomorrow.
He's got to go. Get out of here, bud. What are your channels? Which one am I supposed to be following that I'm not following? Because I got to correct that now. It bothers me that I don't. I'm ready.
Strike 80 Ralph.
On Twitter or on Instagram?
Twitter, I'm P80 Ralph. I know it sucks to have like different accounts, but on Instagram,
see, this is hard. Get your branding together, brother.
I had P80 Ralph. They banned it. I had to make a new one. But yeah, it's crazy because you even tagged when you had put the funny meme. You tagged me on Strike 80 Ralph.
So I got something right.
Let me see.
My only advice would be to take all the time you want and or need to name your channel.
Yeah, Mr. Snow follows my backup account. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Just thought I would mention.
Can't find it.
Strike Eddie Ralph.
There it is. I got it. Done.
Nice.
Mr.
Beautiful.
Snow finally follows me. Goals
Done.
achieved. But
Yeah,
now, now I'm still not satisfied.
still not satisfied.
I think PSR follows you, so you're good, bud.
Yeah.
Hey, Ralph, what would you like to end this on? Any words of wisdom? Any knowledge bombs? Anything?
I think we did that the whole show, bro. I'm surprised, bro. I thought for real I was gonna get 1,000 subs like really fast, and I was just gonna be back on track. But like Mr. Snow said, you may have that 16K or however many K, but you only really have a much smaller audience that actually fucks with you. And I learned that last night. Like 500 motherfuckers out of 16,000, like that's a very small percentage.
Usually 1% are in lives. Usually 1% are in comments. But you are going to come back. So like you're already, where are you at right now with subs? 500?
Like 5 something, yeah. I'm growing faster on Twitter than I am on YouTube. It's kind of crazy.
It'll be symbiotic. It will feed each other. It's all, yeah. You'll get there, man. And everybody here, where can they follow you? Is it still Ralph the Builder?
It's so complex, right? Twitter at P.A.D. Ralph, all one word. Instagram at Strike 80 Ralph, all one word. YouTube, Ralph the Builder. Maybe just Ralph, or maybe just Ralph the Builder. Sounds okay. Mr. Snow's on to something. I do build other stuff, not just P80s.
I think you and I, bud, we need Ralph. You and I need link trees.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, I don't have a link.
Me either. I need to jump on. I think Dark's got one though.
What is it?
The link tree, to where like you hit one link and it has all of your connections from one place.
Oh shit, no, I don't have that. That'd be dope. I think.
Well, it's called Linktree. That's the name of it, and I think we got to set that up. That's my homework for this week, I guess.
Yeah, you got 2. But
fair enough.
No, I think with our communities, like, I mean, look at all the people we got from our channel and John Crump and Frying Rich and Aiitteeyyyy and CRS and Shooting Gallery New England and Pewtang and like all these awesome people, man. We will get you back up there like that. And yeah, you're good, brother.
I appreciate the support from everyone. I know it's not necessary. Some people feel like they owe me for whatever reason. Maybe I helped them. I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, bro, I can't thank you enough," or they'll send me gifts and shit. Like I've had some very thankful people, bro, that are truly thankful. Like, bro, you helped me so much.
Yeah.
And then, like I said earlier, I didn't feel like I was. It doesn't feel like I was trying, and like everything I did just felt very effortless. And in a way, it like surprised me, like how far I got. Like maybe I didn't have a set plan and I just executed without thinking. But in a way, yeah, maybe it was like a subconscious plan. Maybe I did intend to build this up to what it is. Like when I first started, I didn't put my face out there. I didn't think it was necessary. I didn't want to be a figure. I just wanted to show what I was doing. I didn't want to show myself. I felt like the content. Ralph the Builder slaps though. All right. I felt like the content was more important than my face or who I was.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be like on screen talking, but I feel like that this is what the people want to see. They want to connect a face to a voice and to content and say, this guy is the one who helped me,
Well, you helped me. You helped me save money. You helped me fix little quirks. You helped me, and I've been building for a while, right? Like, and I'm I'm learning the coolest, smallest little shit. Like, I just I'm grateful for you. You've helped me a lot. You are even like the 26 mags, right? And now all those are gonna go to a family member.
You got the package already?
No, I didn't. I didn't get it
Okay.
yet. Well, I'm just saying, just from you, just from me being like in casual conversation with Jordan. Oh yeah, or with peeps over there. Yeah, I want to build a 26, a gray frame, Revelation slide. 3 days later, ding dong. I'm like, what? And then I'm like, man, I don't. Can you believe I did this build and I don't even have Glock 26 mags? Oh, I got you. I got a whole bunch of those motherfuckers. It's like, man, we just keep blessing each other, man. It's awesome. I know you got to go, so I'll respect your time. I will end it on this. I always say, every single stream, rule number one is be kind. It's so important. It is the easiest thing that you can do that will actually make you a little bit happier and the people around you a lot bit happier as well. So be kind. Always carry a gun. Always carry a knife if you're legally allowed to and stuff. Just do it. But also, make sure that you're living a life of care, compassion, and contribution. Contribute to others, right? A hand that's open to give is open to receive. So when you bless others, you'll be blessed as well. And also make sure that you are becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, because good people skilled in violence is the only thing that can stop evil. And be safe and be the most dangerous motherfuckers that you possibly can be. And I will see y'all in Oaks, Pennsylvania on the 18th. And for the guy that was coming in here that wants to murder me, I'll be there. Just make sure it's a headshot, because it's probably just going to bounce off my armor and come right back at you. And that would be really awkward. Like,
Yeah.
reverse John Wilkes Boothing yourself. Like, damn, that'd be crazy.
Yikes.
Yikes. But aside from that, like, I have a great relationship with God, and I'm ready to go. So fuck it. I'm excited to see y'all there.
Right on, brother. Thanks for having me, Mr.
Yeah,
Snow.
man.
It's good to see you again, brother.
Thanks for letting me drop in and kick around.
Yeah, man. You know what? We should actually schedule a stream where, like, you're my guest and, like, I talk to you and stuff.
Anytime, man. Just let me know.
No, Dark does some really good interviews. I'd love to see a Mr. Snow interview. That'd be awesome.
Ooh, we learned
Anytime.
so much. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Glowies, Dilder Builders, y'all are awesome. Yeah, I'll holler at you guys. Thank you, guys. Love y'all. Peace.